rides at number 3, and at number 4, Timo Lahti. Riding at number 5, Janowski currently second in the overall standings, and he's followed up at number 6 by the man coming back tonight after injury, Janusz. At number 7, Madsen must improve from round 1, only scored 5 points from that meeting. Piotr Pawlicki at 8, he is carrying an injury. At number 9, Thomsen, the Dane, looking for better this time out. He's followed number 10 by his Speedway Nations teammate Rasmus Jensen. At number 11, the Czech rider is Vaclav Milik, and riding at number 12 is Michelsen, the 3-time and defending series champion. Number 13, the winner of the opening round, Andzejs Lebedevs, a 5-point series league. Jevgenijs Kostigovs rides at number 14. He's followed number 15 by Kacper, the latest pole in the lineup tonight. Followed up by Dmitry Berger, back in after injury. Here are our 2 reserves, local riders. Kacper Wołodyński rides at 17, and number 18 is Kevin Malkiewicz. There are your competitors here in Grudziądz tonight. The track has just been watered. It was quite dusty during warm-up. There you can see the lineup on screen. Max Fricke, of course, coming out as early as heat number 1. Sam, it's good to have a full house tonight because we had Kołodziej and Berger missing out round 1, but they're all here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And just to clarify that, those are the draw, wasn't they? Those numbers were the draw that
Correct.
they did, which is a formula that the riders now will become and stage themselves throughout their 5 rides. Their actual riding numbers are on the back of their bike. So these guys are all here. So if you're riding at number 1, you will get a fresh track grade every 4 races, and that the rider number 1 will be in that first race each time. Sometimes that's an advantage, sometimes it's a disadvantage. But Patryk Dudek, the Polish rider, coming back here to have his chance of gaining some big points, is going to be dealing with that throughout the evening.
He's the Polish rider, and here is the Australian rider, Max Fricke, the wild card, and Grudziądz home rider. He rides as the wild card tonight. First time in Speedway Euro Championship history that has happened. Here's the lineup then for heat number 1. As the riders come trackside, we will be seeing Patryk Dudek, Max Fricke, Norick, Blödorn, and Timo Lahti, with 3 of them at tapes at the moment. It's been a perfect day weather-wise as Patryk Dudek making his way round. It's now a pleasant, mild, warm evening, and we should be set for some excellent action with the referee, Tomaš Topinka, former rider, former adversary of yours, Sam, alongside us here in the commentary box.
Yeah, it's great to see Tomaš Topinka, and good to see him here in the position of somebody that knows what they're talking about as a referee. And we might not have any bulliness going on here, but he's right next to us, and we're looking at the same view as him. We're just over the top of the start lines in the commentary booth.
I should stress he can't hear us, which is probably a good thing, but he's got a job to do. You can see Norick Blödorn in the white helmet colour. We are just outside our window. He is preparing his gate. The rest of them are getting set. Patryk Dudek, there is Blödorn in white, and here is the lineup for the opening race. Dudek off the inside, picked up double figures in the first round, 10 points. Max Fricke, the wild card, goes in blue. Norick Blödorn, who scored 4 in the first round, he is in white, and Timo Lahti, he rides in yellow. He picked up 8 points in round 1. Where do you think the place to be on this track will be, Sam?
It's obviously the inside's got to be the way to go. But the way this track is shaped, it's got 4 corners. So these guys will drag right to the first corner. It's an immediately tight left-hand turn. It goes, straightens up a little bit, then it turns again. So there's actually 4 corners. I know it's the way I'm describing it might not be exactly this. These guys are going to be really fluent. So the good start on the inside would probably be the advantage so far, I would say.
Set for the opening race of round 2 of the Speedway Euro Championship. Dudek, Fricke, Blödorn, and Lahti on the start line. Away they go. Dudek off the inside, next to the start, gets there in front of Max Fricke, flying around the outside. In yellow is Timo Lahti, and Lahti has gone right round the field there. Superb ride by Timo Lahti. He race leads from Patryk Dudek. It's Fricke in 3rd place. Blödorn is at the back. Surprise here on the cards in heat 1. Lahti, the superb move round 1, first 1 and 2. He's got the advantage. Patryk Dudek made a good start, but he was passed on the outside. He's in 2nd place, and Max Fricke is 3rd.
Yeah, you still got to make a good start to get in that first corner. Timo Lahti actually did perfect there from that outside gate. He's just riding that edge of that little bit of dirt that these guys have been on this track only an hour and a half ago. Made the material, they've graded it, put some water on it, but these guys know how to get around here. Obviously, they're out in front. Timo Lahti's doing well.
As the race goes on, Patryk Dudek beginning to gain some ground back here on Timo Lahti, but Lahti race leads onto the last lap. A little bit wide there off them 4. Dudek is right there with him now. Fricke in 3rd place, Blödorn out the back, and Dudek giving it a go around the outside of turn 2. Still Lahti with the advantage, but Dudek is closing him in here. Into the last bend they go. Lahti holds the inside, now swings out wide. Dudek tries to run it tight, races the finishing line. Patryk Dudek on the inside, and Lahti just about gets there. Cracking start to the meeting here as Timo Lahti fends off Patryk Dudek right to the checkered flag. Dudek trying to finish fast down the inside, and it was just Timo Lahti getting there for 3 points in his opening ride. Patryk Dudek fighting hard to come through on the inside, and it was close to the flag, but the Timo Lahti managed to make it through and take 3 points from the opening race here in Grudziądz. Good move from the outside. Lahti, the winner of Heat 1. Patryk Dudek chasing hard in second place, and Max Fricke in third.
Yeah, Max Fricke knows that track. Obviously, this is his home track here in the Extraliga here in Poland, and he didn't get off that gate too very good, but Timo actually did a super job. Look at that, straight from the outside line, straight across the rest of the boys. He had such an advantage the way his bike propelled him to that first corner, gave him clean air right there. Nobody really bothered him after that. Here's the back view of Max Fricke, number 16 on his back, the blue helmet color, trying to cut back up the inside to see if he can get under that pole. Patryk Dudek there, but he decided to go to the outside. They raced on from there, but Timo Lahti, what an outside gate he made from that gate number 4. We'll have to see if that's going to become a trend, but Dudek kept him honest the whole way, pressured him, and came really close towards the finish line, and just probably needed another lap as he just got that bike going good, but Timo Lahti did good. Here's that move of Dudek going up high, turn on the bike tight now. You can see they come back up the inside. See what I mean about the corners, the 4 corners. They touch it going in, and then they move out to the middle of the corner, then they come back and touch the inside again. That's the 4 corners description of this racetrack, but Timo Lahti held on to it from start to finish.
Lahti held on, got the 3 points. Reminder, every point counts in the Speedway Euro Championship. 20 qualifying heats. We're looking for the top 2 to go straight through to the final, and the next 4 to go into the race-off. In the race-off, the points don't count. That's all about top 2 making the final, and then in the final, the points count again. You can get a maximum of 18 towards the series total per round, and as I say, they all stack up over the series. And what a lineup for Heat 2 we have coming up for you here. You can see Leon Madsen, the blue helmet colour. You can see Janusz Kołodziej back in the series there in white. There's Piotr Pawlicki in yellow, and we're going to throw in Maciej as well in the red helmet colour. This is quite some field for Heat 2.
Really loaded when you look at the names in this one right here. And Leon Madsen is the one that really needs to start scoring some points. He's coming from that gate number 2.
Janowski inside, Madsen gate 2, Kołodziej gate 3, Pawlicki on the outside. Now Pawlicki is carrying a hand injury after a crash in Sweden in midweek.
He sure is. We looked at him, he says, I went out there and practiced. It felt okay when he gave me the thumbs up when I verified how practice went. But on that inside, Magic Janowski, he's going to want to get in that first corner, see if he can get there first.
Heat number 2 then, out the start line. Start line to walk the line, green line, away they go. Janowski off the inside, next is Pawlicki trying to come across the outside. Pawlicki has contact with Madsen, but Pawlicki has made it there from gate 4, as did Lahti. Madsen gets squeezed down by Janowski, and Piotr Pawlicki has the advantage over Maciej with Kołodziej in 3rd place. And Leon Madsen has scored 16 points in Lublin last night at the back, but not for long. He's charging on inside Kołodziej into lap 2. Kołodziej will try and turn back on the inside, and he does so. Kołodziej back in 3rd place, leaving Leon Madsen at the back.
Yeah, Kołodziej did a great move to get himself into 3rd place. And how about Pawlicki, man? From that outside, is that the trend? We'll have to wait for a couple more starts to see if that's what it is. But Janowski's holding on to that 2nd place in the red helmet color. They're right there trying to move out a little bit, but Pawlicki's got a distance going on now.
And the battle still on the 3rd place here, with Madsen trying to move inside Kołodziej on the 3rd and 4th bend. The first 2 are well out in front, but Leon Madsen is doing all he can to get past. He's still being blocked out though by Kołodziej, and maintains that 3rd place. It's a good ride here by Piotr Pawlicki. He race leads. 2nd is Maciej, and Kołodziej still got the 3rd. Madsen trying a big run around the outside round bend 3 and 4. Win for Pawlicki. 2nd Janowski, and 3rd is Kołodziej over Madsen. And that's the last thing Leon Madsen required after only scoring 5 points in round 1. He had to score big tonight, and he started once again with a big 0, but a big 3 for Piotr Pawlicki in his opening ride. He was certainly a doubt for tonight's meeting. He had to practice to make sure he was okay, and he did, and he then picks up 3 points in a really tough race. So Pawlicki will be delighted with that, with the hand injury he's carrying. Well, not too much carrying of it there, certainly. Around the outside, got the better of Madsen in a clash on bends 1 and 2, and came through there for the victory. Pawlicki winning Heat 2, 2nd Maciej, and 3rd place Janusz Kołodziej, fending off Leon Madsen.
Yeah, the biggest loser in that one, obviously, is Leon Madsen. He would not want that to be happening all throughout the evening, but this guy on the outside, Piotr Pawlicki, what a start again from that gate number 4. The 2nd heat here of the European Championship here at Grudziądz is definitely showing some signs that might be the favorite one. And the Janowski there in the red gets in there and has to move out to make sure that Leon Madsen was going to get the run around him just to take care of that position right there. He held on to 2nd from then on out, and the boys really tried hard. You can see right here that Janowski Janowski was doing everything he can, but Janusz Kołodziej really worked hard to get into that third position. He had to cut back on the inside here of the Dane, Leon Madsen there in the blue helmet color, and he secured that third spot in that move right there.
How fortunes can change. Madsen scoring 16 points last night for Czestochowa at Lublin, beating Bartosz Marzik as well on the way, but finishing last there in that competitive Heat 2. Moving on to Heat 3, and Rasmus Jensen rides in red, with Vaclav Milik going in blue, Anders Thomsen goes in white, and Michelsen goes in yellow. So there you can see Pawlicki. And what's going on there, Sam?
Yeah, well, he's obviously just looking with the mechanics, probably describing what he needs to be doing at the same time, pulling his glove off. He does have that thumb bandaged up a little bit, so he's probably going to have to relieve the tension on that and let it breathe a little bit. But this heat number 3 is coming up. Tasty one here. 3 Danish riders in it with the Czech Republic in that gate number 2, and that's not been the one gate that's been proven to be useful for anybody at the moment so far going into this third heat.
Yes, we have the 3 Danish riders who competed in Speedway of Nations last week, and that nightmare meeting in Manchester. Jensen rides in red on the inside, Vaclav Milik in blue off gate 2, Anders Thomsen white off gate 3, and Michelsen yellow off the outside, defending champion on the outside gate here.
Yeah, and I had words with him, and he says, you know, it's so difficult to get these highly tuned bikes to hook up on the slick when they'll have a go off that gate 4.
Gets underway, and it's a good start in red by Rasmus Jensen. Michelsen will try and use the outside, though. He's got the better of Anders Thomsen. Can he get through with Jensen? And he can. Michelsen gets the lead into bend 3, and now Thomsen tries to use the outside to get past Rasmus Jensen too, and it looks like he may well have done so. Michelsen with the lead. Second, Anders Thomsen. Third, Rasmus Jensen. Vaclav Milik has been forced out, but Michelsen didn't quite make it from the outside gate, but certainly got the good run off bend 2, and Michelsen leads here in Heat 3.
Yeah, Michelsen's got that bike set up pretty good. He just slowly inches way into front coming off of turn 2, and it's hard for him to get away from the other 2 Danish riders that are chasing him down right there, keeping him very honest. And Czech Republic rider Milik is struggling in the back there. These guys are all finding it difficult to get going.
3 Danes. Yellow helmet colour, and certainly Michelsen had to work for it on the opening lap, but always the sense he would make it around the outside of his rivals, and that's an important 3 points for Michelsen, so of course, who scored 10 in the opening round of the series and is trying to regain ground on Andzejs Lebedevs out the top. So Michelsen, the winner of Heat 3, second place Anders Thomsen, third place Rasmus Jensen, Vaclav Milik not scoring, and Michelsen job done there from the outside.
Yeah, you know, that was a place to be, the way it's turning out right there. But Michelsen had to really work hard there, because the guy in white, which was Andzejs Thomsen, did a really good job to get there and square up with them. But on the inside, there was Rasmus Jensen, which made that inside gate at least get him close in the first corner, and he had to battle on from there right there, because Thomsen made a really good move at him by the time it got into turns 3 and 4. And that's where the race really got going right there. But Michelsen, really good job for him to get out there and stretch it. These guys all stayed about the same distance from each other throughout the 4 laps, so these guys still got some work to do if they want to pull away. But one thing for sure is they are using the whole racetrack, David. They're going right up to the fence already. A little bit of dust is out there, as you said. It's probably important for the track guys to keep some water in there.
Yeah, Michelsen went really wide there on that 4. You can see there just how wide he went, and almost overcooked it.
Yeah, very much so. So they can use the whole track, whether they got the speed to pass up the inside when you give them an opening on the inside. We'll have to see how it goes.
We move on to race number 4, which features the series leader, the winner of the first round, Andzejs Lebedevs, and he will be going off the outside gate, so can he make advantage of that, as the other 3 who have won Heats 1 to 3 have done so. There is Kacper in the red helmet colour off the inside. Had a fall last night, but perfectly okay to continue tonight. Kostigovs, who rides in blue. Berger back in the series after missing round 1 due to it.
Pretty favourable. I don't think you'll want to make any mistakes from that one when he does the clutch, but he's got 3 other riders, 1 is just as bad.
Number 4 gets underway, and Woryna in red makes a good one, but so does Andzejs Lebedevs, kind of charging across there from the outside gate. He leads, battle on for second, with Kostigovs trying to pass Woryna, who gets back around him into the third bend. And Lebedevs here with the advantage over Woryna, and he swings out wide off that 4th turn. Lebedevs leads on to his second round. Woryna chasing hard in second place. Kostigovs keeping the battle on in third ahead of Dimitri Berger. Lebedevs lead, but Kacper has got speed here.
He sure does. He's just getting that little inside groove working for him. He's turning the bike as he's doing right now, getting his wheels in line, making long straightaways here. This track, forget about the inside line. These guys are running the shape of this track right up to the fence, turning the bike. Just lost a little bit of ground, did Woryna in that one right there. Out in front is Lebedevs, the leader of the series so far, doing well.
There's no doubt that Woryna has got more pace here than Lebedevs, but Lebedevs has got the right. He did so there on the third lap. Woryna went too wide on the second turn. He's certainly been working hard forward. Battle on for third too, with Berger trying to pass Kostigovs, but he's got control now of that third place. So it will be 4 wins from the outside gate. The series leader and the winner of round 1 wins heat 4. Andzejs Lebedevs over Kacper Woryna, with Kostigovs in third place and Berger out the back. So Lebedevs keeps on winning. He has had some time out in between the 2 meetings with rib damage, but he came back into action a couple of weeks ago, rode in the Speedway Nations for Latvia, and he's straight back into winning form here in the Speedway Euro Championship. Andzejs Lebedevs, the winner of Heat 4, fighting off the challenge there of Kacper Woryna for the first couple of laps. So confirmation of the result then of Heat 4. It's a win for Lebedevs, it's second place for Woryna, and Kostigovs in third.
Yeah, so the question has been answered, isn't it? Can Lebedevs pick up where he left off the last time we had the first round in direction in Hungary, and he has done that from that outside favorite gate with that yellow helmet color on him. He walks over to look at the monitor in the pits, but we're seeing it here as a replay. Just look at the drive he got, getting himself into that first corner, shuts the door on the rest of the guys, and you see Woryna in the red helmet color just getting himself over the top of Kostigovs, which is what he needed to do to have a chance to put the pressure on top of Lebedevs as the laps continue to come in for the Latvian rider out front there. But you can see the Polish rider, Woryna, was really working it hard, trying to see if he can get an advantage. Overcooked it a little bit, but that's just the nature of the track at the moment.
So Lebedevs holds on there over Woryna and gets the victory. So Lebedevs, Pawlicki, Lahti and Michelsen are opening 4 race winners here in Grudziądz, and that actually extends Lebedevs' series lead. He's got 20 points in the series. Maciej Janowski is on 14, Michelsen 13, Dudek and Pawlicki both on 12. Those series points are stacking up, and they will do over the 4 rounds as we find out who's going to become Speedway Euro champion. The opening round of the TAURON Speedway Euro Championship gave us plenty of surprises, with 2017 champion Andzejs Lebedevs winning in Debrecen and scoring a massive 17 points. It was his first ever victory in a round of SEC. In 5 of the last 6 years, the title has been won by either Michelsen or Leon Madsen, but both Danish riders now find themselves some way behind the leader. Michelsen did pick up 10 points, leaving him 7 adrift of Lebedevs, but Madsen scored just 5, and he now has lots of work to do. And they weren't the only riders to find the going tough in Hungary, as 2 former Grand Prix stars, Thomsen and Piotr, Pawlicki, also failed to make the final, and they both come to Grudziądz with 9 points. It was a good performance by Maciej Janowski. He was excluded after a crash with Pawlicki in his first ride, but he did make the final, where he came close to a win over Lebedevs. Janowski finished second with 12 points overall, and Patryk Dudek scored 10, although he was frustrated by crashing out on the first lap in the final. At this stage, it's still too early to count anybody out, but with Lebedevs setting such a fast pace and having 17 points already, tonight's meeting is crucial for everyone who wants to become the Speedway Euro champion.
And we're back to Grudziądz, and I'm joined by Timo. Lahti, you made a fantastic start out of gate 4 in heat number 1. Tell me about a gate, because it seems crucial. In the first 4 heats, all winners started in gate 4.
Yeah, gate 4 seems to be working, at least now from the beginning of the meeting, and yeah, I took full advantage from it.
Do you think it's going to stay that way for the rest of the meeting?
I really hope so, because I will be there in heat 20, but yeah, I don't think so, but fingers crossed.
But one thing has changed over the course of heats 1 to 4. When you won, you were sticking to the inside as much. Not only in Speedway Euro Championship, but you're performing great in Poland, where you're top scorer in the Polish division. Same in Sweden and Denmark, when you're doing fantastic. What has changed this year?
Nothing really. Different year. Now it's 2024. So yeah, last year we had quite of an off season for half a year, and then it started to go good, and this year it feels like we kept going from there.
You're right. One more thing. What's your goal for today, considering that you scored 3 points in your first heat? Do you feel like this is a sign that you're going to fight for the final, or we'll take it step by step?
I'll take it step by step, but definitely I want to be in these last 2 heats, and yeah.
Good luck then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madsen, and also to Timo Lahti, the winner of his opening ride in the meeting. As we've said, all 4 have been won from the rider off gate 4. Here are the stats on the reaction times, and look how close Michelsen, Lahti and Vaclav Milik are, although Milik, of course, didn't score in his race, but reaction time away from the start line there, and within a thousandth of a second for the top 3 there.
Wow, incredible. That's really good stuff there. That's good stats there. But you still got to go out there and make sure that you get the 4 laps under your belt, don't you?
Maximum speed reached by Michelsen so far, 121 kilometres an hour. Andzejs, Thomsen and Piotr Pawlicki both above or just around the 120 mark as well. That's just an indication of just how quick they're going and the decisions they're having to take at such top speed as the meeting continues. They are doing some track watering at the moment. Pawlicki, the fastest race winner so far, 65.72. Michelsen, Lahti and Lebedevs, the other race winners so far. But yes, they are doing some track watering all over the circuit, so it will be interesting to see if that advantage of gate 4 does continue throughout the meeting, because there's confirmation of the gate success so far. All 4 winners from gate 4, maximum 12 points at this stage. I'm sure that it will change as the night goes on, but certainly has been a good place to start from so far tonight. Tractor has moved in. There is Andzejs Lebedevs, who will be going off the inside gate in his next ride. I'm sure they've all been watching the track conditions. It was interesting, Sam, when they did the warm-up in the course. That happens very close to the start of the meeting, maybe an hour and a half or so before. It was very dusty indeed, so they did quite a lengthy watering then before the meeting itself. We saw years ago when practice sessions took place either the day before or early in the afternoon, the track changed completely by the time you got to race time. Doing this warm-up an hour and a half or so before, how much would it change then?
You know, you get mixed feelings from a lot of the riders. Some of the riders, you know, they're that confident in their equipment, they really don't want to have that, I don't know, call it a challenge or decision-making time. You know, they're pretty confident what they think they're going to ride, but they go out there and then they ride their 2 bikes if they have those options, and they go, you know, was that one better than that one, or was that one better than that one? And it does mix them up a little bit. Sometimes it's best just to get out there and ride a bike, you know, and make it work. And you really never know until you put it into race conditions. When they get on the start line and they're racing, comparing it to the other riders, that's when you settle in and you know if you get it right or you get a favorite gate, as we're seeing here this evening. That gate 4 has been really good for the guys. Is that going to change? I don't know. But one good thing is the way the track is working for these guys, the lines are moving out, and you know, these guys will now everybody's been on the track once. They're out for their second time. Whatever adjustments they might do might make them a little bit better now.
2 rides on the trot for Andzejs Lebedevs, who goes off the inside gate here. There is Patryk Dudek, who finished second first time out in blue and is currently 4th in the overall standings as well on 12 points. Next to him will be Janowski in white, also finished second in his first ride, and completing the lineup for Heat 5 is Andzejs Thomsen. He also picked up a second place last time out. And a reminder also that the top 5 overall in the series qualify automatically for next season's Speedway Euro Championship, and of course the winner of the series gets a guaranteed place in next season's Speedway Grand Prix, so plenty to go for.
Yeah, what a trophy to have, right? The trophy and a seed to the Grand Prix series. But this is it. Heat number 5 coming up, and the series leader on the inside.
Lebedevs goes in red off the inside, Dudek in blue off gate 2, Janowski in white off gate 3, Thomsen in yellow off the outside. Could be some first corner here, I think.
Yeah, and if stats say so far, the first 4 races were won from that outside. Inside, you would think, would be the one to get around here, but the track's just been groomed. And Patryk Dudek is one of those guys, well, we face in these conditions every time he comes out, because if they grade it and water it every 4 races, then he's in that first race every time after a grade.
Dudek going in blue off gate 2, and this one inside him is Andzejs Lebedevs, Janowski in white off gate 3, Andzejs Thomsen in yellow off the outside. Star Marshal making sure the riders are all into line, which they are. Green light is up, and away they go. Fast start there by Lebedevs. Now can Thomsen come across from gate 4? Looks like he can. And Patryk Dudek going through, and Lebedevs there gets squeezed out as Dudek leads, and round the outside goes Thomsen, and Lebedevs goes to the back. Janowski in 3rd place now. Janowski tries the outside run on bench 3 and 4. Lebedevs trying to fight back, trying to move in front of Janowski. It's Thomsen with the lead. 2nd place Patryk Dudek. It's Janowski in 3rd, and now Lebedevs for the first time this series at the back.
Wow, he is at the back for sure. What a clever move there by Patryk Dudek in blue to get himself, put his front wheel right over the curb. Kept it really tight there to get that drive underneath Lebedevs. That Lebedevs. Hopefully he was making a decent start off that inside, but it was all about Andzejs Thomsen, the Danish rider from that outside gate, continuing to perform well for the riders.
We see year after year it's so hard to dominate in the Speedway Euro Championship, and Lebedevs about to suffer his first setback of the campaign, but it's still a race on here. Out in front, Anders Thomsen leading Patryk Dudek. Dudek with plenty of speed here into third bend. They go for the final time. We saw Dudek chase right to the wire in his first race. He'll do so again here, but Thomsen has control, and Thomsen wins it. Second is Dudek, third Janowski, and that is a last place for Andzejs Lebedevs. He stays on 3 points for the meeting, and he stays on 20 points in the series as well. 5 races, 5 winners from the outside gate, but Anders Thomsen getting it done there. Patryk Dudek was the key man really in the early stages, forcing his way through on the inside. Confirmation of the result of Heat 5. Anders Thomsen, the race winner in yellow. Patryk Dudek, good move by him on turns 1 and 2 in second place. And third place, Maciej Janowski.
Yeah, it's who's going to break that trend from that outside gate. You know, they just seem to have the combination wrapped up every time they come to the start line. And Thomsen, no doubt about it, makes that one work for him. You can just see right there, Lebedevs just gets his nose cut off when Patryk Dudek from gate number 2 did a super nice cutback then, and again had speed to challenge for the lead, but just couldn't get close enough. But in his first ride out, Dudek did the same thing, and here's a back of Maciej Janowski in the white there. Just got nowhere in there with this race, but he did end up picking up 1 point over the champ, the leader of the championship so far of Lebedevs, which is the biggest loser in this one in last place.
Yeah, that was our top 2 from the opening round. That is how tight to the inside Patryk Dudek went. He wasn't far off going out of bounds there, but I think he was okay. Well, he certainly was.
Yes.
And but yeah, that was the top 2 in the series at this stage, finishing 4th and 3rd there. Just shows how tight it is.
Yeah, there you go. Nice wink right there. Sponsors getting a little bit of advertising there from the Danish rider. Good win from him from that outside gate again. Let's see what happens in Heat 6 as they line up.
Yep, Anders Thomsen clad in white, at least so far this evening, because we saw him change halfway through in the first round. We move on to Heat 6. There is Rasmus Jensen in blue. It will be Jevgenijs Kostigovs in red. Max Fricke, wild card there, he is in white. And the rider in yellow will be Janusz Kołodziej. All these 4 riders scored 1 point from their opening ride. So Kołodziej was certainly on the pace in his first one, was battling away with Leon Madsen to make sure he got 3rd place. This time he goes off with that favoured outside gate so far. Heat 6, Kostigovs in red off the inside, Jensen blue off gate 2, Fricke in white off gate 3, and Kołodziej yellow off the outside.
Yeah, that track home advantage isn't working out for Max Fricke coming off that gate 3. He's having a lot of work right there. Kołodziej just on the outside. Let's see what happens when the tapes go up.
Let's see what Kołodziej can do here from gate 4. Away they go. Kołodziej away from the outside, but a good start by Rasmus Jensen. Now can he take Kołodziej white? Max Fricke time to turn through as well. Max Fricke in white, but it's the rider in blue, Rasmus Jensen, who leads here from Fricke with Kołodziej in 3rd place. This could be our first race that's not been won from the outside, and it's Rasmus Jensen in front with Max Fricke coming inside him. And Max Fricke into the front now. Jensen tries to turn back for the inside, then neck and neck on bend 2. Max Fricke pulling clear around the outside. It's Kołodziej in 3rd place over Kostigovs. Good move there by Max Fricke.
Yeah, Fricke's got this place weighed up for sure. Coming from that gate number 3, he's got himself had to work hard right there over Jensen to be able to get himself in there, but he's moving on the racetrack and the right lines right there, showing the boys where to ride.
Yeah, Max Fricke with control of Heat 6 ahead of Rasmus Jensen. He's riding much wider. Battling on for 3rd place with Kołodziej. Not really got the pace here, looking over his shoulder, trying to make sure he maintains 3rd place here over Kostigovs. Kołodziej is tight for the inside, with Kostigovs trying to go back past him, but they are settled in 3rd and 4th. But Max Fricke is way out in front. The home track rider, the wild card for this evening's meeting. Max Fricke is the winner of Heat 6. 2nd place, Rasmus Jensen. 3rd place, Janusz Kołodziej, with Jevgenijs Kostigovs out the back, and that's what we expected from the wildcard appearance for Max Fricke here this evening. He has been in blistering form. A 6-ride paid maximum in Sweden on Thursday. Paid 16 for Leicester on Thursday as well. He's been piling up big points everywhere, even though he didn't ride, of course, in the Speedway of Nations final last weekend. He gets his first victory in the Speedway Euro Championship as the wild card here tonight, and gets a big reception from the crowd too, with his name being announced as a winner. Max Fricke winning Heat 6, Rasmus Jensen 2nd, Janusz Kołodziej 3rd.
Yeah, Rasmus and Jensen did a really good job from that gate number 2 with the blue helmet color right there. And the inside there was Kostigovs gets in there. He just gets buried alive in the first corner, but just making a nice cutback right there was Max Fricke to get himself in contention going into turn 3. You can just see how these guys bundle up here coming off of turn 2. On that very outside is Janusz Kołodziej. Man, nobody's really not been in that position from that outside gate there. So something's working, not working for that rider there. Spun that bike up a little bit and then never really found the track after he got going. There was just defending that third place all the way. But Fricke knew exactly how to get around this place. Dove underneath the Jensen and that after about a lap get going right there. Went straight to that outside, started riding really high lines, getting that bike going. And by the time this race finished, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Max Fricke debriefing in the pits. The first time a non-European rider has ridden in the Speedway Euro Championship. Can Max Fricke go all the way and win as a wildcard? Only 2 people have done that so far in history. Moving on to Heat 7, we have 3 riders who have yet to score so far, and they include Leon Madsen, who'll be going in the white helmet colour. Milik on the inside. There is Kacper, who had plenty of speed first time out, and he's got 2 points. He rides in blue. It'll be Madsen in white and Blödorn in yellow. We are waiting for Leon Madsen. He's making his way around to the start line now. There he is with 50 seconds to go on the clock. And as I say,
and he's got a clean motorcycle too, so
indeed, good spot.
He's obviously changed something. He was not happy. Yeah, this is the kind of track you would think Leon Madsen would be the one that would be shining on. Milik on that inside would love to make a good start from there.
Vaclav Milik in red off the inside. Kacper blue off gate 2. Madsen white off gate 3, and Blödorn yellow off the outside. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Madsen has turned things around here.
Yeah, and to say Norick Blödorn had a quick actions from the starts. We've seen the times earlier on. He was like about 5th or whatever, so he's not far off the other guys here. But Leon Madsen, if that bike has changed and helped him out as Michelsen looks on to see what he's going to be doing with that one.
So watch out for the rider in white here, Leon Madsen. There's Vaclav Milik off the inside gate. Here we go with Heat 7. Away they go, and Blödorn took well off gate 4. Out did Woryna off gate 2, and Madsen certainly in play in white on the second bed, and now try and burst through on the back straight. But Woryna here has the advantage over Leon Madsen in white. Blödorn in third, Milik out the back, and Woryna here leads from Madsen. Blödorn tries to hold the inside, off and forward. A good right bite. Blödorn gets inside. He's been watching Max Fricke in the previous race. He's come through on the inside, and Leon Madsen, who was looking at Kacper, now finds himself having to try and repass Blödorn. He does so into bend 3.
And he gets in there, and he's just got to hold it tight. Look at Blödorn going right up to the outside line there. He was forced there, but way out in front right now is being Woryna that's got control of this heat number 7.
Yes, whilst Madsen was battling away with Blödorn, that cost him time. Certainly the chase of Kacper Woryna. He'd been battling on the first lap, and he couldn't get up with him. He was delayed by the passing move of Blödorn off the 4th bend. Now we're spaced out here in this heat 7 with Woryna looking very good indeed out in front, exploring the wide lines there off bend 2. Madsen in second place, Blödorn in third, Milik out the back, and Woryna looking good here tonight. This will take him on to 5 points from 2 rides. Woryna winning heat 7, second Madsen, third Blödorn with Milik out the back, and Kacper Woryna gets his first win of the meeting, moves him on to 5 points on the night, and Leon Madsen gets to second place after a battle with Blödorn in the early stages that saw him drop to third at the end of lap 1. Neat move by the German at the end of the opening lap, but Woryna out in front gets the 3 points there in heat 7. Confirmation that Woryna was the race winner. Second place, Leon Madsen coming through, back past Blödorn had finished third, and Vaclav Milik at the back.
Yeah, Blödorn did a good job to mix up with these guys as they got going on there. But that heat 7 from the start, Kacper Woryna made a really good one from that gate number 2, which puts him into some good point scoring overall. I mean, he's lying 14 points right now in the series. That's only 6 behind the leader of Lebedevs, which is dropping points as well. But anyway, you got to take advantage of everything. And Leon Madsen in the white there really tried to get in there, muscle his way into turn 3, left the door open, and then we've seen that the German rider Norick Blödorn gets back in there and takes it away from him, and that really fires up the Dane. He says, right, I'll get this bike going, and he puts his wheels in line, gains plenty of speed, and coming right here, it was easy for him to take that second, but he's lost sight of the guy out in front, didn't he?
He did. So it moves Woryna on to 5 points. It moves Madsen on to 2. His first points of the night. They're coming in heat 7. Woryna looking over his shoulder. Good start to the meeting for the Czestochowa rider. Looking back for his Czestochowa teammate there, Leon Madsen, after Heat 7. Moving on to Heat 8, this should be a cracker. We have 3 of our opening winners in action in this one. So who will emerge on top between Timo Lahti, Piotr Pawlicki and Mikkel Michelsen? Dimitri Berger is off the outside gate. Obviously, say again that Berger has been very short of racing in the last 2 or 3 months. Very hard to come back into this sort of competition. He is off the outside here, but he's certainly going up against 3 riders who know how to win around this track.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it right there. Mikkel Michelsen is the one that really wants this one bad. He wants to defend things. He's coming from that gate number 3. There's been a winner off gate number 3, so there's no doubt there's a possibility that he can do the same thing again.
It's Timo Lahti off the inside, Piotr Pawlicki off gate 2, Mikkel Michelsen gate 3, and Dimitri Berger off the outside. 3 winners in action here.
Yeah, that's right. Timo Lahti is on that inside. He thought all of his gifts are coming at one time, but you got Pawlicki right on that inside, outside of him in second.
Big racing prospect that Heat 8 gets underway, and Lahti makes it. Pawlicki makes a good one too. Pawlicki in blue makes a start, and now what can Mikkel Michelsen do in white around the outside? Pawlicki with the lead, but Michelsen charging hard down the inside, gets inside Pawlicki. Strong move on bend 3 by Lahti, takes him into 3rd place past Berger, and now Michelsen leads from Pawlicki. Why doesn't he score right there at the end of the first run? The scrap on for 3rd, because Berger has got back past Lahti, and he's got that 3rd place. Good race on here. Michelsen leads from Pawlicki.
Yeah, beautiful first lap there for Mikkel Michelsen, man. He really did well to get that bike going right there. Piotr Pawlicki does well to hold on to 2nd place, but he thought he had it all wrapped up, but the speed of the Dane is unbelievable at the moment.
And there's the passing move for 3rd place with Timo Lahti going inside Dimitri Berger on the back straight into bend 3, so it'll be a point here for Timo Lahti, but well behind the front 2 here. And Michelsen looking good out in front. He race leads from Pawlicki, who had got the advantage in the early stages, but Mikkel Michelsen stretching clear here around bends 3 and 4 for the final time, and the Dane will make it 2 rides and 2 wins. He lifts off that final bend. He makes it. Wow, that was quite a nervous finish there for Mikkel Michelsen, but he gets it over Piotr Pawlicki with Timo Lahti in 3rd place. That's not quite how he would have scripted the end of that race, but he still gets the victory and the 3 points that go with it. And Michelsen becomes the meeting leader, the only unbeaten rider here in round 2 in Grudziądz so far. 6 points out of 6 for the 3-time defending Speedway Euro champion, as Mikkel Michelsen wins Heat 8 from Piotr Pawlicki. Timo Lahti passing Dimitri Berger for 3rd.
Things seem to be settling down now. The track is giving each and every one of the riders an opportunity to get into that first corner at whatever gate position you are. It comes down to which rider's in it, but right there, Michelsen has really got to be happy with the results of this one. Come from gate 3 in the red helmet color. You thought there was half a chance for Timo Lahti there, but Piotr Pawlicki in the blue reaches out front, goes a little bit wide, leaves the door wide open for the Dane to come squeezing through up the inside going into turn 3, and had plenty of speed. Here's another view from the backside of this heat number 8 start as they get going. Pawlicki's looking good. He needs to go inside or outside. He is riding with an injured thumb, but he hose up and kisses the dirt, thinks to get some speed there. But Michelsen's bike just drove right up to the high line coming off 3 and 4, and from that point on had a comfortable speed. But the battle was on for the minor points in this one. The Timo Lahti really reaching to hold on to that one. Getting by Dimitri Berger was doing a good job to get the 1 point right there. Every point counts.
It certainly does, and Lahti gets the 1 point there, which keeps him in the top 6 on the night. Michelsen on 6 points from 2 rides. Pawlicki, Thomsen and Woryna, they all have 5. And then on the 4-point mark, we have Timo Lahti, Max Fricke and Patryk Dudek. They are the early leaders here in round 2 of the Speedway Euro Championship, and those early leaders include the wild card from Australia. It's Max Fricke. It's the first time the TAURON Speedway Euro Championship has ever been opened up to a rider outside of Europe, with the wild card here in Grudziądz being awarded to Australian racer Max Fricke. This series has always been prepared to try new ideas. In this case, it means one of the sport's top names joins the field, and as he's racing on his home track in Poland, it has to be good news for the event. Fricke is a class rider with 2 Grand Prix wins to his name. His inclusion means the series develops further. We've had plenty of worldwide interest in recent years, and tonight the Australians will be right behind Fricke, hoping he can make an impression. It's an exciting development. In previous seasons, we've seen 2 riders win a round of the SEC as a wild card. Krzysztof Kasperdak in Gorocan back in 2013, and Jarek Hampo in TAURON 4 years later. So can Fricke become the 3rd here tonight in Grudziądz?
Max Fricke making history as the first Aussie to make it to Speedway Euro Championship. Max, how are you feeling on the night?
Yeah, it's all right. It's it's great to be here, be a part of the championship tonight. So hopefully we can get out there and get amongst it.
We actually watched the clip together. There were plenty of shots with Mark Lemon. Is he an influence for you in your career?
I think there's plenty of World Cups, Speedway Nations shots there. So, but yeah, I've spent a lot of time with Lemo, obviously being Team Australian manager and also plenty of time at Bellevue in the past. So, I've spent lots of time with him over the last few years.
You've been here in Grudziądz for the second season in Polish Extraliga. What can you tell about the track? Is it different than what you're used to here during Extraliga meetings?
Yeah, they've prepared it a little bit different tonight, obviously being an individual meeting. But it's still the same track, still, 4 corners, 2 straights. So just need to get amongst it and have a few more races like the last one.
We're watching heat number 6. You were the first rider to win in white helmet. Actually, the first rider not in a yellow helmet to win a race. Are starts crucial today, or is there a key to winning somewhere else?
You can build speed elsewhere, but gate 4 has been extremely good early on, and so has 1. And 2 and 3 are pretty nasty out there. So hopefully, as the meeting goes on, they improve and it comes a bit more even.
So in your first race of the day, you only scored 1 point. Then you went back to your box and you spoke with your team very calmly, cool as a cucumber. What did you guys talk about?
Not too much. Maybe a couple of slight changes to the bike, but all in all, heat 1 is always difficult to make any moves and to do any passing. So coming off one of the more unfavoured gates and being heat 1, I didn't want to stress too much. Just want to go about it. Back to the drawing board and make a couple of small changes, and hopefully that helps us in the next few.
What were the changes?
Nothing too much, nothing too interesting.
Okay, one last question, Max. So it's a great season for you, both in England and here in Poland. Now you change your tuner during the season, but it doesn't seem like stopping you anytime soon. So why the change now, and is it getting better after the change, or is it the same?
No, nothing's too much different. I've used Peter's stuff all year in England, and I just got one out here now. And then in regards to Ashley's stuff, everything's still the same. I still have the same engines. I just get them serviced elsewhere now.
I know you're coming in heat number 10, so thank you very much. You can go back to your box and to your drawing board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Max, thank you to Madsen as well. Riders are always pretty quiet when they talk about mechanical changes and setups and so on. There's how we stand so far. Michelsen with 6 points, Woryna and Thomsen and Pawlicki all on 5, Lahti, Fricke and Dudek all on 4. Remember, the top 2 go straight to the final, the next 4 go into the last chance race-off in the series so far. Andzejs Lebedevs on 20 points, Michelsen 16, Maciej 15, Patryk, Dudek and Piotr Pawlicki and Kacper, Woryna and Andzejs Thomsen, in fact, all on 14 points at this stage. Here's the stats so far with Pawlicki, the fastest max speed so far, nearly 125 miles an hour coming in that exciting last ride of his. 124.9.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, that's they got some speed out there. And as Max said, the way this track is, when you go into the corner, you can really let the thing go and get the bike in line as quick as you can, and you do gain a lot of speed, and it does develop some different lines, as he was explaining. So it's not all over if you don't make the start here.
Michelsen with the fastest lap so far, Pawlicki with the fastest 4 laps so far. That was back in heat 2. Max Fricke very uncomplicated there, 2 straights and 4 corners. Get on with it.
Yeah. Well, that's an Aussie attitude, isn't it? Just, hey, we're all here. We all wake up the same time, or wake up the same way. You just got to get here and do the business. It's a track, and whoever dials it in the best and gets the most points is a winner.
Obviously, the gate situation has changed since those first 4 races. So 5 winners from gate 4. Gate 1 is yet to have any success. But interestingly, Max Fricke was saying he felt gate 1 wasn't a bad one. It was 2 and 3 he was more concerned about from the start.
Well, I think it's probably just the record. He's been here long enough to know that inside gates probably can turn out to be a favorite one. If you got the bike working for yourself and you're on the inside of the guy, there's no doubt about it. It is the shortest way around this 355-meter racetrack is coming from that inside line. But the nature of the track is you don't hold the very inside because it's got those 4 corners, and the middle of the corner, you kind of let the bike drift a little bit, get your wheels in line, make long straightaways.
While the track is being re-prepared ahead of Heat 9, we've just seen now, you do see Janusz Kołodziej there in red. Tough season for him and a tough start to the meeting with 2 points. And of course, coming from where he's coming from with no meeting, no round one, he's got to score big points to get himself top 5, top 3, or even better than that. We saw that happen last year when he came flying back in Gustro and won that meeting. So far, it's not really happened for Kołodziej tonight.
Nah, but that's 2 races down. This is a 3rd one. They do think a lot in the camp of Janusz Kołodziej. They will be thinking hard, so maybe they've made some slight adjustments that might be the difference, and we'll see after this heat number 9. But Patryk Dudek again facing the fact that this is a freshly groomed track, and he'll be coming out of gate 3. And Kołodziej and him, both Polish riders, both got plenty of speed. Milik from the outside scored no points whatsoever, and Dimitri Biej has scored 0 points as well. So the Poles must feel they got the setup better than the other 2 guys.
Yeah, 2 riders so far who have yet to score in the meeting. There is Vaclav Milik in yellow, former rider of yours, Sam, at Birmingham this season. It's been a season of ups and downs and changes, and in fact, as late as last night, Sam Malenko was trying to sort out what was going to go on because unfortunately Justin Sedgman got injured last night. I wish him all the best, but tough time for you as well, Sam.
Yeah, it's just never gone easy for us for the Brummies. You know, one thing after another keeps to happen. To keep seven riders consistently on the racetrack has been very difficult, but that's just the nature of Speedway, and a lot of teams face the same kind of situations. But it'll be a new day on Monday, and we'll be out there revving up, ready to go.
Birmingham take on Sheffield on Monday night. Sam Malenko in charge of the Brummies. Janusz Kołodziej in red here off the inside in the red helmet colour, needing points, only 2 points so far tonight. Next to him in blue, the scoreless so far, Dimitri Berger. Patryk Dudek with 4 points so far. Has looked quick though in those 2 rides. He's in white, and Vaclav Milik here goes in yellow. We're expecting Dudek here to make an impression.
You would think so. He's never had clean air yet, plenty of speed, and see what the pole can do off that gate number 3, which has had 2 race wins already, but that outside gate's been favored so far this evening with 5 wins and 1 off gate number 2.
Kołodziej inside, Berger gate 2, Dudek gate 3, Milik off the outside. Kołodziej makes a good start. He pins the inside there on turns 1 and 2. Milik tried to come around the outside, but Dimitri Berger came through. Dudek missed out completely in white off gate 3, and now Patryk Dudek's got lots of chasing to do. He's going to try and turn back here on Vaclav Milik off at bend 4. Berger is trying to come through on this side of Kołodziej. It's very tight indeed. Kołodziej leads from Berger with Dudek in third, getting so close down to the back wheel of Dimitri Berger. Dudek in third place, but with all sorts of speed here.
Yeah, Dudek is having to work extra hard right there between 2 riders there, and he's just having to leave the door open a little bit. Doesn't want to get swallowed up and lose that 3rd place. But out front is Kołodziej from the inside. Could be the first race win off of gate number 1 in the red helmet color.
Still a chance for Dudek in that battle for 2nd place. Berger was out of shape there on turns 1 and 2. Now going really defensive off the 4th turn. Kołodziej out in front, but there's still lots of pace here about Patryk Dudek trying to go around the outside. Going to get close off the 2nd bend as he's defended by Dimitri Berger, but doesn't leave too much space there on the back straight, and really closed down Patryk Dudek. It's Kołodziej coming round with the victory, and Dimitri Berger hangs on for 2nd place there over Patryk Dudek with Vaclav Milik out the back. And well, Dimitri Berger had to go really defensive there against Dudek, but he brought it home. Dudek is relegated to 3rd place. That doesn't help his series overall either, but Kołodziej does get a win on the board there. He will feel much better about that. The first winner, as Sam said, off the inside gate, made a good one there too. Pinned the inside to control the race and moves on to 5 points so far in the meeting. Kołodziej wins heat 9, 2nd Dimitri Berger, and 3rd Patryk Dudek.
Yeah, the stats of the riders coming into this heat number 9, there were no race winners amongst the 4 riders, and Janusz Kołodziej, it was his 3rd ride from that inside. They just groomed the racetrack. He just got a nice steady pace getting in the first corner, kept his wheels really close to the inside, leaving the outside wide open right there. Earlier on, you'd almost say that was a mistake because gate 4 was working so good, but Vaclav Milik was on that outside gate. He just couldn't get the speed off of turns 2 to get in there, and just up the inside was Dimitri Berger, which was getting that into that 2nd place. He held on to it, but in the last place now in the white helmet color was Patryk Dudek. We've seen him come finishing twice in 2nd place, pushing the leader, and both those heats just could not get no clean air to get the chance to get past the Frenchman and worked extra hard, but only came out with 1 point.
I think that's right there. Dudek has looked quick tonight. He's certainly been battling hard, but he just can't quite get himself in front. I think if he could, then we might see him win some races, and he has got, of course, more chance to do that with 2 more rides to come. Kołodziej winning Heat 9, back in play in the meeting. We move on to Heat 10. There is the only unbeaten rider in the meeting so far, Michelsen, with 6 points out of 6. Tough race to come. Janowski in blue off gate 2. Kacper, Woryna, 5 points so far in white off 3. And Max Fricke off the outside. Tough race here.
Wow, this is definitely going to be a good one. Frick knows this racetrack. He rides here every time there's a home match here for the home club. Michelsen's really got things weighed up, coming from that inside, hasn't dropped any points yet. Janowski right next to him, and Woryna right in that gate number 3. What a tremendous lineup this is going to be.
Cracking lineup. Michelsen red off the inside, Janowski in blue off gate 2, Woryna in white off gate 3, and Frick in yellow off the outside. Lots of start line preparations being done. Janowski is off the bike at the moment. Kacper, Woryna is a couple of yards back from the start line too. There is Janowski getting that gate prepared. This is going to be quite some charge to the first bend in Heat 10. And can Max Fricke make it round the outside? Will the outside work as it did earlier in the meeting? Michelsen inside, Janowski gate 2, Woryna gate 3, Fricke on the outside. Big Heat 10 at the start line gets underway. And from the start, Michelsen off the inside, has him around the outside, goes Kacper, Woryna in white. And here comes Fricke now in yellow. And Fricke gets round Michelsen too. It's Woryna who leads from Fricke. Michelsen third with Janowski out the back, and now what can Max Fricke do around the outside at the end of lap 1? Kacper, Woryna here has the advantage. Max Fricke in second place. Michelsen pinning to the inside here. Try and get to Fricke. Michelsen is brutally hard there on Fricke, who turns back up the inside. Brilliant battle, and Max Fricke back through second place.
We knew this was going to be an interesting race, but right now Woryna out front, outgates everybody to get himself some clean air. Fricke's battling hard to hold on to that second spot right there, but Michelsen says, I want it back.
That was some start by Kacper, Woryna, and now Max Fricke has got himself clear of Michelsen. He's racing on now after Woryna. Still a race on here with a lap to go as Kacper, Woryna here leads from Max Fricke with Michelsen in third place. Janowski out the back, and what can Fricke do here on the final lap? He's going wide on turns 1 and 2, now trying to cut back. Still a race on. Woryna up the back straight for the final time. Fricke takes it really deep into bends 3 and 4. He's coming round Woryna on the final turn. Right to the finishing line. Woryna makes it to the finishing line in front. Kacper, Woryna wins it. Second, Max Fricke. Third, Michelsen. Great stuff there in Heat 10. Max Fricke really mixing things up as we knew he would. Strong battle. They acknowledge Max Fricke and Michelsen, but the winner is Kacper, Woryna there. Delighted with that. Woryna moves on to 8 points from 3 rides, and he is very, very much in contention in tonight's meeting. He is now the meeting leader with Michelsen dropping points there. Woryna wins Heat 10. He got himself away from the battle between Max Fricke in second and Michelsen third.
And Woryna did it in class, did it from the start in the white helmet color, gets himself into that first corner first, dictates to the rest of the boys that I'm going to cut the shortest way around this track on the inside, comes off of turns 2, goes down the back straightaway in front, going into turn 3, and you see him work his magic right there and just cuts the nose off Michelsen, come from that inside gate, but on the outside, Fricke's trying to get in there. Michelsen cuts it back to the inside. They have a battle going on there. They swap places only for a short time. Michelsen gets himself into second place. Fricke right now has to work double hard to turn that bike up in the dirt, get his wheels back in line, and carry on after the leader. He worked hard, too, for that.
And he had pace because he actually reeled back in Woryna. I thought he was going to make that big one round the outside, but Woryna read it and controlled it and won it. There he is.
Yeah, top job from the Polish rider to win that one. That was a loaded race, and he came out on top in that one, and now leading on 8 points in this round 2 of the Speedway European Championships.
Yes, Woryna leads the meeting. He can be joined, though, by a race winner from Heat 11, if that race winner's name is either Piotr Pawlicki or Andzejs Thomsen, who are in red and blue here, and both have 5 points so far. Blödorn in white and Kostigovs in yellow. One more quick note from Heat 10. The last place for Janowski leads him with 3 points from 3 rides. That's not good news for him in the series overall. Of course, the man who finished second in the first round in Debrecen is now fighting for a place in the top 6 in tonight's meeting. But Heat 11 at the start line. There is the rider off the outside, Kostigovs. Lebedevs looking on in that red helmet colour. Pawlicki and Thomsen with a chance here to move themselves onto the 8-point mark. Pawlicki on the inside, Thomsen gate 2, Blödorn gate 3, Kostigovs outside.
Yeah, this will be another one that it's really hard to say who's going to be the first one into that first corner path. He's doing good, making good starts, and has been. And both of his, well, the three of his races so far, two of his races so far, out in front going into the first corner. And Andzejs Thomsen, you know, sitting right next to him. He's got a lot of work to do, and I wouldn't put nothing past Norick, Blödorn, and gate number 3 as well.
11 here in the Grudziądz, away they go. On the medical one, let's get in the first man in front of Pawlicki. Blödorn in white trying to go round him off the second turn, but Andzejs Thomsen here race leads. They battle up, stack up there for second, third and fourth, and Pawlicki holds on with Blödorn in third place, and Kostigovs really got forced out, but taking it really wide off the bend 4. Andzejs Thomsen with the advantage. Pawlicki with plenty of speed in second place. They're battling away. Blödorn in third place over Kostigovs, but Andzejs Thomsen here race leads.
Yeah, doing a good job too. Straight to the dirt, knows how to get around this racetrack, putting the bike right up there, making Pawlicki work really hard with that injured thumb on that throttle hand of his. He's going up high as well, so he's trying to gain the same speed.
Andzejs Thomsen ahead of Piotr, Pawlicki, and they're moving clear of Blödorn in third place. Pawlicki is trying hard on the outside, and really Thomsen having the same line. Pawlicki, can he come back here with one left to go? They're very close indeed at the start finishing line, and again Pawlicki trying to make big wide sweeps to try and get around the outside. Or will he come back here? Races the final bend. Andzejs Thomsen, Piotr Pawlicki. Now can Pawlicki come back off the final turn? Thomsen swings out wide. Here comes Pawlicki, finishing line. Pawlicki gets it. What a ride, Piotr Pawlicki. Sensational stuff from Piotr Pawlicki to pass Andzejs Thomsen. What a brilliant ride that was. Super stuff by Pawlicki. Moves on to 8 points in the meeting so far. He is a class act when he's set up and he's riding well, and you could see him making big straights there, big lines around the outside, turning it back, going in deep. Brilliant ride. Pawlicki winning 11, and that's one of the best rides we've seen in the Speedway Euro Championship this season. Pawlicki wins it. Second, Andzejs Thomsen. Third place, Norick Blödorn.
Unbelievable. He just never gave up, did he, the whole time? He kept throwing it deeper, kept working it out, trying to figure out when's the Dane gonna make a mistake. There was never a mistake made by Andzejs, and he actually just pulled it off, didn't he?
It's identical to a move he pulled at Kings Lynn against Jan Kvek a couple of weeks ago, off the off bend in heat 15.
Oh man, what a tremendous heat 11 right here. From the inside gate right there, Pawlicki does not get there. Thomsen gets there first. On the outside in the whelp is the German rider Blödorn throwing it in there. He gets squeezed out of the way right there, and you can see right there that the pole rider Pawlicki is set up for that second place, but the Dane is in front. He has got this going on. Thomsen's got it worked out. He goes right up into the dirt. He knows he's got somebody behind him. He just doesn't know where to cover it. Look at Pawlicki way up deep, turns the bike. He gets the thing, gets some wheels going. He doesn't quite get there. It took him a couple laps to figure it out, but at the finish line, he had enough speed to nick it.
It is the same move as I saw and you saw at Kings Lynn when he passed Kvek off the final turn. It's identical, and it's absolutely brilliant.
Just doesn't give up. It's not over, is it? Never.
Brilliant stuff. Heat number 11 with Piotr Pawlicki, who joins Kacper Woryna on 8 points, and don't forget riding with that pain in his hand as well, really going through the pain barrier, but doing a great job so far, Pawlicki. Moving on to heat 12, there is Andzejs Lebedevs in red off the inside gate. Timo Lahti will be in blue, Rasmus Jensen in white, and Leon Madsen in yellow. Madsen just 2 points so far. Needs to get something in. We've not seen a winner from gate 4 now since heat 5, the way the meeting has switched, and the winds have been coming from other gates as well. Here's the lineup for heat 12 across it with Lebedevs in red, Lahti in blue, Jensen in white, and Madsen in yellow.
Whoa, another loaded race. Oh, you can't say who's going to win this one, can you? Not with what's been going on. The gates have come alive for all the riders. There's a potential winner from any one of them.
Lebedevs with 3 points so far, Lahti with 4, Jensen with 3, Madsen with 2, heat 12. And the start line, green light from the referee. Away they go. Even start race to the first bend, and it's Lebedevs being outgated by Lahti. Turning back in yellow, Leon Madsen trying to burst through from fourth to first. What a ride by Madsen, coming through as well. Rasmus Jensen goes from fourth to second. It's Madsen from Jensen with Lahti in third place. Lebedevs out the back, as we saw in his previous ride, under pressure. Battle on the second place here with Jensen fending off Lahti. It's Madsen out in front, Jensen in second place, Lahti in third. And can Lebedevs fight back here?
Well, Lebedevs got a lot of work to do. Madsen's finally figured out. He gets bike set up nice for this 355-meter track right up against the fence. Gets his wheels going right there with Jensen trying to do the same exact thing. He's got to hold off Timo Lahti just putting the pressure on. There's a little bit of distance now.
Madsen riding really wide out in front on that previous lap. His second place is with Rasmus Jensen. The third is Timo Lahti with Lebedevs desperately trying to reclaim a point because his 5-point lead in the series that he was taking into this meeting is going to have chunks taken out of it as the way things are going. If he gets back-to-back last places, it's Leon Madsen with the advantage into the final bend. It's still Rasmus Jensen in second place, Timo Lahti in third. One last bit by Lebedevs. Madsen wins it. Second Jensen, third place Timo Lahti. Lebedevs fails to score again, and we are going to have some battle for the Speedway Euro Championship this season. Andzejs Lebedevs is not going to race away and clear and gone as he did in the first meeting when he was 5 points in front, because the battle is on and that series lead is now down to 3, and there are riders queuing up behind him. Great ride by Leon Madsen, gets him very much back into the meeting. He takes heat 12, second Rasmus Jensen, third place Timo Lahti.
Wow, what another back-to-back races that are just lighting up this crowd of people here at this venue here. It's going really well. Leon Madsen, it's nice to see he's back in the winning circle again, and this is going to make things a lot more interesting, as we've already commented on. Madsen in the yellow goes in there, turns the bike, doesn't make a good start, gets his wheels in line, and this bike does the work from that point on. And from then on, he stuck to that outside line. He knew the combination of this 355-meter racetrack is up against the boards right now. The air fences are almost getting blown open as he was going up so high right there, I can tell you there. But as you said, Lebedevs, unfortunately, from that inside gate, just does not have that bike working for him right now. He just cannot put any kind of pressure on anybody out there. Timo Lahti secured that third place in this heat number 12. They're still in the points from the current leader coming into this venue here in the second round of the Speedway European Championship. But Leon Madsen's finally got his act together out in front. An easy win for him.
Yep, Leon Madsen taking the victory there in heat number 12, so he moves on to 5 points into the top 6 on the night so far. Pawlicki and Woryna lead the meeting on 8 points apiece. Michelsen and Thomsen both on 7. Fricke has 6, and Madsen leads a clutch of riders on 5. The question is the title dream over for Leon Madsen? Leon Madsen is a double TAURON Speedway Euro Championship winner, taking the title in 2018 and then again in 2022. During his time in the series, Madsen has set plenty of records. The Dane has won 11 rounds in total. That's well clear of Nicky Pedersen and Emil Seifudenhoff on 5. He's also made 21 finals. Again, that's the most in history, with Pedersen next on 14. Last year, Madsen finished 8 points behind the champion Michelsen, and the main reason for that was what happened in round 2 at Gustrov, when he scored just 4 points. It was a totally uncharacteristic performance, and it ruined his hopes of a third title. Nobody has been more consistent than Madsen in the SEC, so the opening round in Debrecen was also a major surprise. He didn't score in his first 2 rides. He ended the meeting with 5 points, and that leaves him 12 behind Andzejs Lebedevs and with a mountain to climb. The only good news for Madsen is there are still 3 rounds to go. He was the last rider to score an 18-point maximum when he was unbeaten in Horzów in 2018. He now needs more displays like that to give himself any chance of once again challenging the Speedway Euro Championship gold.
And I'm joined by another Dane, Jonas Thomsen, who scored 9 points in Debrecen and is sitting on 7 points tonight. First of all, great Kevlar. Great to have you in white again. And first things first, I know you went to Italy. I saw a post on your social media. I was going to tell you that you have a nice tan, but what was supposed to be a nice getaway turned out to be a pretty stressful journey to make it here tonight on time.
That's for sure. Yeah, it was pretty stressful yesterday night. You know, we had a late flight, and I think I should fly out like 11 o'clock in the evening, and 8 o'clock I get a message on my phone that my flight is cancelled. So I looked straight on Skyscanner and see if I could find anything, but everything seems to be cancelled from Milan. So it was a little bit stressful, and I didn't know really what to do. And I spoke with many people down there. Hey, can you drive me to Poland? It's only 15 hours. Come on, please. But of course they're on holiday, and I understand that. So I rent a car. And in the first, they don't want to let me drive to Poland and live it there. So on Monday, I off to Germany for live the car. So yeah, I get a car and drive whole night, 15 hours with maybe 1 hour sleep on the way.
15 hours on the road.
Yes, a lot of traffic was there.
Okay, so traffic aside, did you have a playlist? What do you listen to in the car for 15 hours?
Everything, mate. Everything was coming up. You know, just find some good songs on Spotify, and yeah, just thinking about the race and everything gonna be good.
All right, Anas, let's talk business now. Heat 11, where did Piotr Pawlicki come from?
Behind.
How and why?
I make a stupid mistake. He was more smart than me in the last corner, and he lined me up the last lap. And you know, I tried to be smart, but it seems to be he was more smart than me. I think I go a little bit too wide, but it's out there the dirt is, but I not really get my bike to pulling when I hit the dirt. So I'm working on it, mate.
So, I know you race at Vojens for Sunnojylland Elite Speedway. Now you're racing Poland, but would you say that Grudziądz is the slickest track that you ever raced on?
No. Naki Halas in Hungary is more slick, but this is absolutely the second one.
All right. So the meeting is pretty tight. You're sitting on 7 points. Piotr Pawlicki 8. That made a huge difference. That move. What do you think is going to happen for the remaining series?
You know, I keep focusing. I'm happy to be back. Want to show that I'm worth up here. So I keep fighting and yeah, just enjoy it, mate.
All right. One last tricky question before I let you go. Are we going to see Anas Thomsen in Speedway Grand Prix 2025?
I'm fighting on it, mate. You know, it's a tough call in the challenge in the Pardubice, but I think I have the chance like everybody else, and I'm scoring good in the moment, and I'm fully focused. So I hope so. We will see. I do all what I can.
You were talking about a challenge. Let's take a look at TAURON Speedway Euro Championship. You do know that you can qualify through winning to the championship.
I know that, and I'm focused for that as well. You know, as I said, I'm happy to be here. So full focus for make some good laps and scoring a lot of points.
Best of luck for the rest of the meeting. Thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you to Andzejs Thomsen, who is only 4 points off the overall series lead after his first 3 rides tonight, because there he is on 7 points with Woryna and Pawlicki on 8, Michelsen and Thomsen both on 7, Fricke on 6, then Madsen in that group who riders on 5 points, Kołodziej, Lahti, Jensen and Dudek. Having heard Andzejs Thomsen's story about how to get here, I suddenly feel like our own day yesterday, spending the entire day in Luton Airport, actually wasn't quite so bad.
And the lounge as well to add to that. You know, it wasn't too bad. Nah, yeah, man, these guys, you know, they battle on. You know, they panic. They don't know what to do. Throw all the options on it, and sometimes just gotta walk it. But in his journey, he actually drove it.
He did very well indeed. Leon Madsen, the fastest reaction so far tonight by quite some distance. So there is the quickest time, Piotr Pawlicki in Heat 2. That's unlikely to change. You normally see the fastest times in a meeting take place early on, and Pawlicki set that mark as early as the second race of the meeting, 65.72 his winning time. And he, of course, is one of our joint meeting leaders along with Kacper Woryna. The riders getting prepared for Heat 13. The overall standings in the series as we're in round 2 of 4. Andzejs Lebedevs on 20 points. Michelsen on 17. Pawlicki on 17. Woryna on 17. Thomsen on 16. Dudek and Janowski on 15. The top 7 riders in the Speedway Euro Championship covered by just 5 points. It's a situation we see year after year, and that's why we enjoy it so much.
Oh, absolutely. These guys just know how to mix things up a little bit. Nobody's dominating it again this year. With 2 more rounds to go after this one, there's a lot more to see.
Certainly, we've got Gustrov to come on the 24th of August. That's round 3, and then of course it all finishes in September at Chorzów in Poland at the Śląski Stadium, back there for the first time in 5 years. Looking forward to that one to finish the series. So 2 big rounds to come, but still plenty of racing here to come in Grudziądz tonight, and lots to sort out in round 2 of the TAURON Speedway Euro Championship. And the Danish battle is joined in Heat 13. The multiple series winners Leon Madsen and Michelsen both on track in this race. Kostigovs in white and Patryk Dudek will be in yellow off the outside. Madsen and Dudek both with 5 points so far. Michelsen with 7, and a win here for Michelsen would take him level on points with Lebedevs at the top of the overall standings in the Speedway Euro Championship.
And that's exactly what the young Dane would want to be doing there. He's riding with the 155 on his back, and just on the inside of Leon Madsen's found some speed coming from that inside. And, you know, Kostigovs coming from gate number 3 with Dudek just on the outside of him. We've seen Dudek never really finding, you know, the combination yet, but still sitting on 5 points, and he could just well do it in this heat number 13.
With Leon Madsen on the inside, Michelsen gate 2, Jevgenijs Kostigovs in white off gate 3, Patryk Dudek in yellow off the outside. Remember, top two on the night go straight to the final. That position currently held by Pawlicki and Woryna. Next four to the last chance to race off to the first final, 2 places in the final. And so many riders in contention for that at the moment. Heat 13 then at the start line, Madsen, Michelsen, Kostigovs and Dudek. Green light. Take the hell for a long time, away they go. And coming across from gate 2, Michelsen over Leon Madsen, Dudek round the outside. Contact between Kostigovs and Madsen. Michelsen lifting, and can Dudek make it through now on the inside? Michelsen recovers from that mistake. Dudek swings out wide off the fourth turn. That might make it vulnerable to Leon Madsen to come through on the inside, and it does. Leon Madsen goes through into second place. Michelsen with the advantage. Madsen in second place. Dudek in third. Very competitive in the opening lap. It's Dudek who missed out and Michelsen who leads.
Yeah, Michelsen, what a start to get over the top of Leon Madsen. Opening up the door, Dudek almost got in there. He's still working the track right now, but it is the first race after the grade, so a little bit slippery up on the high line there, but Michelsen must be happy being in front now.
It's Michelsen over Madsen with Dudek in third over Kostigovs, but Michelsen looking set for his third victory of the meeting. He's leading on to his last lap. Madsen's got plenty of pace in second place, trying to reel him in. Race on here on the final lap. Leon Madsen chasing Michelsen into the final, but they go. Michelsen holds it to narrow on the inside. Madsen swings out now, tries to cut back off the final turn. They're going to race for the finishing line here. Who's going to get there? Madsen gets there over Michelsen. Leon Madsen turns back on Michelsen and wins heat number 13. Brilliant move by Madsen to take it, and he goes on to 8 points with that. And Leon Madsen, after a tough start, is very much back in the meeting. We've seen him pass Michelsen before in the Speedway Euro Championship, and he worked that one superbly off the final turn. Leon Madsen winning heat 13 from Michelsen. Patryk Dudek third, Kostigovs at the back. Madsen comes out on top.
Wow. He just didn't give up, did Leon Madsen, did he, at all? I mean, it was so slippery, you know, for the first couple of laps, and he just kept working it out of the box. So Leon Madsen on the inside, he got trapped by Michelsen straight away. Michelsen just let the bike go and lifted up a little bit too high, gave a little bit of sense of insecurity there, possibly there, but Dudek had his eyes on going around both these Danish riders up on the high line coming in, but just couldn't get any grip. As I said, just watered the track a little bit too slippery still right there, but you can see that right there, that Leon Madsen was doing everything to control that bike there. And there, here we go. Madsen's now got the bike working for him, getting some speed, going to the outside, settles down a little bit, and Michelsen now was doing everything perfect. He just didn't know that there was going to be a big cutback to have the speed to pass him at the finish line. He really couldn't do nothing about that.
Great ride. Leon Madsen takes him on to 8 points from 4. There's that comeback. Very similar to the move that Pawlicki pulled in his previous ride. And just makes it there by half a bike to the checkered flag. Madsen with the victory, and he is currently second in the meeting with Michelsen, the meeting leader, but there are more riders to come on 8, 7 and 6 points, so we're going to challenge for that over the next few races. Max Fricke in red off the inside in heat 14, 6 points so far. There he is. Lebedevs in blue needs to come back, needs to fight back. Andzejs Lebedevs just 3 at this stage. There is Pawlicki, the joint meeting leader at the 3 rides completed mark. Vaclav Milik yet to score so far off the outside, so can Pawlicki keep it going here against Max Fricke?
Yeah, you would like to think that he can do. Fricke will said that the inside gates work for him around this racetrack. Let's see what he can do with it. With Lebedevs might have an opportunity coming from gate number 2, but Pietro Pawlicki, man, that guy's hungry too, coming from gate number 3. Milik, maybe he might surprise everybody. He is a useful starter, but tonight, no points from him. So this race is all going to be focused on the 3 on the inside.
P14, Fricke inside, Lebedevs gate 2, Pawlicki gate 3. Milik off the outside, green light to the referee. Away they go. Pawlicki again, drop light, that's the off gate 3. He's made the start over Max Fricke. Pawlicki in front. Milik here in yellow going round the outside. He's not got quite the pace once again. He's forced out wide there by Max Fricke. Goes to the back. Unfortunate there for Vaclav Milik. Fricke going through into second place. Lebedevs goes third, but Pawlicki in front. And now we've seen Pawlicki come from the back tonight. Can he hold off a threat from behind? Because it's Max Fricke who's chasing him hard. Pawlicki with the lead, but Fricke closing in.
Yeah, Fricke will know how to do it. He's going to work it hard, but so does Pawlicki. Pawlicki's going up into the dirt right there, trying to get away from the Australian, which is hunting him down, keeping him pace to pace as they're going back into turns 1 and 2, running out of time now.
Tell you what, Pawlicki's got plenty of speed in that bike. He looks over his shoulder, and you'll see he's actually pulled away there from Max Fricke on the previous lap. Now he goes out high on turns 3 and 4. Fricke trying to win him in. Fricke made ground there on turns 3 and 4. 1 lap to go. Fricke now runs it narrow on the inside, but Pawlicki's covered that one off. It's still Pawlicki from Fricke with Lebedevs in third. Up the back straight they go for the final time, and still Pawlicki with Fricke in mid-track. Can he come back? Don't think he can. Pawlicki will win E14 over Fricke with Lebedevs third. Milik was a retirement after almost finding the back straight fence on lap 1, but Pawlicki moves on to 11 points from 4 rides. This is his most convincing performance in Speedway Euro Championship for quite some time. Pawlicki the winner of Heat 14, Max Fricke in second place, Lebedevs in third, and we're certainly going to be seeing Pawlicki moving on in the meeting, probably going straight through to the final unless things go wrong for him in Heat 17, because he's got 11 points from 4 rides so far. He looks really good out in front. Pawlicki the winner, Fricke in second, Lebedevs third.
Isn't it incredible how it changed? Look at the overall scoring now. Look at that. Lebedevs is, he's still on 21 points right now. Pawlicki's moved himself up to 20 points after this race right here. What an unbelievable start from the Polish rider in the white helmet cover. That's Pawlicki. Gets himself out in front there. Fricke, the Australian in the red helmet cover, the only non-European rider in the event here. And this is his home track here in the Extraliga. Knows this place like the back of his hand, trying to work out how in the heck he's going to get past Pawlicki. He uses all four laps as Milik, the Czech rider's bike, lets him down coming off that back straightaway there. But Fricke's doing everything he can and just can't find the combination to get over one of Pawlicki. And Pawlicki has got to be happy with that, riding with that sore thumb and getting some big points.
Pawlicki won a Speedway Euro Championship round in Gustrov in 2021. We've not seen him at the top of the podium or anywhere near it really since then, but that was absolutely superb, and he is absolutely flying in this meeting so far tonight. Moving on to Heat 15, there is Dimitri Berger, who will ride in red, Norick Blödorn in blue. They are 2 riders who are probably here just to get the points and not going to progress into the final 6 on the night. Then off gate 3 is Rasmus Jensen, who's got 5 points. There he is. And off the outside is Maciej Janowski, who, as things stand, is dropping points here in the overall series race. Janowski needs some big points here in his last 2 rides.
Yeah, just isn't the same Janowski that we know. How this guy's got the experience, but just cannot get the setup right for this 355-meter racetrack. And Dane just on the inside of them. Jensen is doing well on 5 points, but still more to come.
Berger inside, Blödorn blue gate 2, Jensen white gate 3, Janowski yellow off the outside. Jensen the highest scorer in the meeting so far in this race with 5 points at this stage. A win here would certainly put him in contention for the top 6. We've got 1 more race to come beyond this for the 4 separate races. Berger, Blödorn, Jensen, Janowski get out of the way. Start there by Blödorn in blue. Blödorn gets the first bend in front. Now watch the run around the outside of Maciej Janowski. Janowski's got round Rasmus Jensen, and he'll keep that one going all the way into bend 3. Maciej Janowski hits the front, and Rasmus Jensen tries to follow him through. The Polish crowd roar as Janowski hits the front, but he does a straight here by Rasmus Jensen, and they are so tight there into lap 2. Coming off there, Janowski gets the advantage. Second place is Rasmus Jensen. Third, Blödorn. Janowski has to really fight for it, but he has the advantage.
Yeah, he sure did have to fight for that one right there. All the way for 1 lap, he had Jensen breathing on them. He's just getting a little bit of space right now. It's good to see him come to the points now, but it might be a little bit too late now. But Jensen needs those points if he wants to carry on. He's in second place now, up in the high line. Turn out to see if he can get any more grip here. Janowski's going to start looking.
Yeah, Janowski leads on from last lap, and Rasmus Jensen right there with him in second place. Any mistake here by Maciej Janowski, and Rasmus Jensen could pounce. He went really wide there off the second bend. Lost a bit of ground, pulls the speed now on the back straight for the final time, but it should be Maciej Janowski to come through with the victory over Rasmus Jensen. And third is Blödorn holding Berger at bay, and Janowski gets his first win of the meeting and moves on to 6 from 4 rides. He is just about on the edge of possibility as far as going forward is concerned. He'll need to win his last ride as well when he has the inside in a race that he may well feel he should win, looking at the lineup of that one. But of course, that might be beyond him by that stage, depending on who's scored what elsewhere. He has scored 3 points, though, in Heat 15. It helps his overall situation. No end with that one. Second place, Rasmus Jensen, and third place was Norick Blödorn.
Wow, that puts 7 wins from that outside gate overall as we go into Heat 16 when we line them up next. And there's 4 from gate number 3, 3 from the inside, and 1 from gate number 2. But right here you can see the Polish rider Janowski get pushed really wide. That probably did him a little bit of a favor because it threw the back wheel right into the deep stuff. We can call it deep. There's just more dirt out there than there is anywhere else. And just watch the boys from the backside coming out of this heat, number 15 here, really working it hard, trying to get track position. And Janowski's up on the top line right there, and he definitely gets his wheels in line going into turn 3 with plenty of speed there. Rasmussen is really trying to do something there, and the Dane just can't do it. There's not enough time for him to get to going. And Norick Blödorn didn't do so well, or did okay to hold on to that third and 1 final point in this Heat 15.
So Jensen, second place there, takes him on to 7. He's currently outside the top 6 and is yet to have a win so far tonight, which can be costly when it comes to countback when riders finish level on points. Janowski is currently on 6, as I say, with a winnable Heat 20 to come against Kostigovs, Milik and Lahti. So Janowski could yet finish on 9. The question is, will that be enough for a place in the top 6 on the night? Well, some of these guys in Heat 16 will have a word or two to say about that, including Andzejs Thomsen, who's currently got 7 points so far. He's on the inside gate. He's up against Kołodziej there in blue on 5. Timo Lahti also on 5. And Kacper Woryna, meeting leader after Heat 12, joint meeting leader after Heat 12 with 8. He goes off gate 4.
Yeah, this is another very interesting set of riders here when it comes to their point scoring times. They can mix things up big time here. You would say that Thomsen on the inside has got to be the favorite.
Yeah, I would say so. Thomsen with the inside gate, Kołodziej gate 2, Lahti gate 3, Woryna off the outside. Just seen Janowski make a good burst around the outside, deep off bend 2. So let's see if Woryna has seen that, and we'll do the same here in heat number 16. Thomsen on the inside, Kołodziej gate 2, Lahti gate 3, and Woryna off the outside. All good to go for heat 16 here. It's very on the way they go. Very even indeed, and Thomsen's outgated by Kołodziej, and round the outside goes Woryna in yellow, but it's Janusz Kołodziej who race leads, and they're battling up the back straight. In second place, Woryna in yellow now trying to go deep into bends 3 and 4, but he's ridden out wide there by Janusz Kołodziej. Kołodziej really wide, and Kacper Woryna tries to turn back and all turning back. Woryna tries to get down the inside, can't quite get it done. They all swing out wide. Thomsen trying to come back up the inside too. In that third place, can Andzejs Thomsen make second? No, he can't. Kołodziej has the lead.
Wow, these guys have mixed my theory out the big time in this one there, but it's really nice to see Kołodziej getting some fresh air to get himself out in front there, but Woryna is not going to give up yet. There's still time.
Timo Lahti briefly into third place, but repassed by Andzejs Thomsen on the previous lap. But look at Kacper Woryna with all the pace in the world, trying to reel back in the ground on Janusz Kołodziej, who swings out wide off that top turn. It's still Kołodziej, it's still Woryna with lots of speed in second place. Again going wide on bend 2, but he lost out there really, and it should be Janusz Kołodziej here to move on to 8 points. Well, then Woryna again with loads of pace on the final bend. Can he make it around the outside here? Kołodziej with the inside line, that's the quickest way. He wins it. Second Woryna, third Thomsen, and Lahti missing out there, out the back, and all of a sudden, Janusz Kołodziej has won his last 2 rides, and that's putting him back in contention in this second round of the Speedway Euro Championship. It also moves Woryna back into second place on the night overall, but Kołodziej, after a very unpromising start, is now in the top 6 on the night. 8 points is currently the mark for the top 6, with Kołodziej the race winner there, second place Woryna, and third Andzejs Thomsen.
All riders have 1 more race to go. This thing can still be fought right to the last heat of the evening on who's going to be qualifying in it. But still, what an excellent result there for Kołodziej. Finally getting some clean air in the blue helmet color. Makes a tremendous start right there from the outside right there. Woryna in the yellow, thinking that he's going to get some top speed by the time to get into turn 3. Just didn't have enough, but he didn't give up the whole 4 laps. He kept throwing it at him. Here's another look right there. 3-3-3 on his back. That's Janusz Kołodziej getting some clean air, making a good deal of the first corner, and then started working the racetrack, started moving to the high line there, and then he kind of come off the high line, moved mid-track there, which gave a little bit of a sense that there's a chance for Woryna to catch him, and he just never gave up the whole time.
3-3-3 on his back, Janusz Kołodziej, and 3-3 on his score chart for his last 2 rides. putting him back into contention. So on the night so far, we have Pawlicki, the meeting leader, on 11 points. Woryna is on 10. Michelsen is on 9. Madsen, Kołodziej, Fricke and Thomsen are all on 8. And Thomsen currently is the rider outside the top 6 on countback. And just behind that, Rasmus Jensen on 7, who hasn't won a race so far tonight. And Janowski and Dudek still with an interest there on 6 points. But that man is in the top 6 as things stand. He missed the first round due to injury, just like in 2023. Will history repeat for Janowski? Round 2 of the TAURON Speedway Euro Championship sees a welcome return for Janusz Kołodziej, who missed the opener in Hungary due to injury. Incredibly, that's the second year in succession that he has suffered that misfortune. Polish star finished second overall in 2022, just behind champion Leon Madsen. But last year, he was on the sidelines when the series got underway in Częstochowa, as Madsen and Michelsen scored 16 and 15 points to take control at the top. Kołodziej came back superbly with a brilliant victory at Gustrów, scoring 17 points in the process. He also won at Pardubis in a meeting cut short by heavy rain, and remarkably, despite only racing in 3 out of 4 rounds, he scored enough points for 3rd place overall, only 2 behind Madsen and 9 clear of 4th place. History now repeats, as once again in 2024, Kołodziej finds himself playing catch-up, and having won 4 of his last 6 rounds in the SEC, he's shown what he can achieve, so let's see if he can still put himself in the fight for a medal, or even the title itself.
Janusz Kołodziej sitting on 8 points tonight, a person who challenged Michelsen in recent years here at TAURON Speedway Euro Championship. Michelsen, are you happy with your result tonight?
Well, so far so good. It's a tight meeting, so when you throw away points out there, it's obviously not ideal, especially when we're so tight at the top. But you know, so far so good. Still got 1 more race to go. It's kind of a must-win situation if I want a chance to go straight into the final. So hopefully we can make gate 2 work just as good as before.
Our commentator Samuel Mulenko made an observation about, what, 2.5 hours ago when you had a practice run. Yep, Michelsen is the fastest one. Did you feel that confidence ahead of the meeting with your equipment?
Yeah, definitely. I felt good in practice, and I felt good the first 2 races, but this is Speedway, and you know, the track starts deteriorating, and you need to stay on top of setup. We changed a few things for the last 2 races. The third one wasn't great, but the last one was better. I just threw it away in the last corner. So we need to hang in there and keep believing, and hopefully I can go out and make a rocket start in the last one, and get me straight into the final, hopefully.
We're actually watching Heat 13 right now. I know you're the type of person who would always like to win every single race, but we know you scored 2 points. So I'm going to ask you a tricky question. If you were to score 2 points, would you rather race all 4 laps on the 2nd position, or would you rather lose it a few meters ahead of the finish line like you did? Does it hurt more to lose the 3-point at the very end of the heat?
Yeah, definitely. You've done the hard work for 3.5 laps, and 3.5 laps, and then in the last corner you throw it away. So I'd rather be probably be in 2nd position, pushing hard all 4 laps, and like barely miss out than leading the whole race and then throw it away in the last corner.
Let's talk track conditions. You were the first guy to almost kiss the air fence in heat number 3. You went pretty wide. Is it changing now? Because we're observing some bumps on turn number 3.
Yeah, there were a few bumps during practice as well. Like I said, the track is deteriorating. Everyone is kind of riding the same line, so naturally the track is going to be a little bumpy. But you know, we're starting to get a blue groove on the track as well, especially on the inside mid-track area, which seems to be working really good if you can get the bike to hook up. So, you know, if you want to be on the outside, you need to be really on the fence because the dirt line is so far away. So, like I said before, setup is key, and you need to make a decision whether you want to race a bit tighter or you want to be out on the fence.
One last question. I believe that you're 2 points behind Andzejs Lebedevs in general standings. At the moment, with 1 more series, with final here tonight in Grudziądz and 2 more tournaments in SEC 2024, 2 points. Is it a lot or is it nothing at this stage of the competition?
It's nothing at this stage. Like you said yourself, you know, going into tonight, Andzejs had a big gap to the rest of us, and this series is all about consistency. We've seen that over and over again. So yeah, you know, right now, especially the first 2 or 3 rounds, it's about being consistent as possible, get as many points as possible, and then, you know, when we get down to that 3rd round and the final, that's crunch time. So like I said, get as many points as possible and we'll see what happens.
Michelsen on his way for the 4th title.
Why not? I didn't show up here to not win, so going forward, we'll see what happens.
Good luck then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madsen, and thank you to Michelsen, who is indeed just 2 points off the overall series lead. Lebedevs on 21 points, Pawlicki on 20, Michelsen 19, Woryna 19, Janowski 18, Thomsen 17, Dudek 16. That's how tight it is overall. In the standings tonight, Pawlicki and Woryna but 11 and 10. They meet in heat 17. Michelsen on 9, Madsen, Kołodziej, Fricke and Thomsen on 8. This is such a competitive series. Pawlicki is still the fastest rider tonight, but we have no idea how it's going to go tonight or indeed for the series as a whole.
It's never, we never do we? It comes down to sometimes you can, well, we had one incident, there was 9 riders could have won that going in the last one, you know? So that could be another combination that could unfold in this series here again in 2024. But, you know, we're focused right now on what's going on here this evening, and so are these riders getting ready to go out for heat number 17. Dudek will be on the inside. Pawlicki sitting on 11 points, will be in gate number 2. Woryna, man, that guy's doing really well on gate number 3, and Jensen just missing out on that last one on 7 points. So they all got points. They want to carry on grabbing, and this is another loaded race.
Yeah, this is a really big race here. You've got Pawlicki and Woryna both trying to book their place in the meeting final. You've got Dudek on 6 points and Jensen on 7, who are both going to need a race victory. I don't think that 9 will be enough tonight with the way the scoring is going to be in the top 6. And Jensen with 7 is going to definitely need a win. He's not had one so far, so he's going to need 10 points in the race win. Even then, it might not be enough, depending on what happens in the other races. But so close indeed is the scoring. And there is Kacper Woryna, who will try and get the better of Piotr Pawlicki, 11 and 10 points respectively. But of course, if Woryna beats Pawlicki, then they'll both be on 13, and that will be enough to take them both through to the final.
You know what? Piotr Pawlicki has made every start so far. He hasn't finished the deal in every one of his starts, but he's been in front going into the first corner, and he might just be repeating it once more time. But on the very outside is Rasmus Jensen, just preparing that gate 4, which early on, and it still is the leader, 7 wins off of that outside gate as all the riders from the pits look on to see what might be happening. They've groomed the track now, so these guys are all going out there with a little bit of water on the track. It might not have it all their own way for the first lap and a half or 2. It might come to them after that, but these guys are all trying to get in there.
Dudek on the inside in red, Pawlicki in blue off gate 2, Woryna in white off gate 3, Jensen in yellow off the outside. Yet to win a race so far, Rasmus Jensen. That may well count against him in a count back towards the end if he's on the edge of that top 6. But the riders in blue and white here, Pawlicki and Woryna, looking to secure a place in the final here in Grudziądz tonight and let the rest of them fight it out for the other places in the top 6. Big heat 17 here, and start line, green light, and away they go. Woryna leads off gate 3, drives to the first minute, gets there in front of Dudek. There's contact with Pawlicki as well, but Woryna leads here. Pawlicki is going round the outside in second place, gets the better of Patryk Dudek. Rasmus Jensen missing out, and Woryna looking very good and strong indeed out in front. Pawlicki in mid-bend trying to hold back the turns there, and both Patryk Dudek and Rasmus Jensen are neck and neck, and Jensen's gone round Dudek, leaving Dudek at the back. Pawlicki in second place as 6 down. Woryna and Pawlicki heading for the final.
Wow, that was a tight first corner there, but Kacper Woryna had nothing to do with it. He made the start from the gate number 3, got himself out fresh air right there. The battle goes on. And then she did make the start in this heat number 17, but holding on to second place.
Patryk Dudek takes the 3rd place there, retakes 3rd place from Rasmus Jensen, but it won't be enough for either of those two to go through in the meeting. Woryna stretching it clear out in front over Pawlicki. This will put them both on 13 points, and it will give Woryna gate choice in the final as well, because he's beaten, got identical records, but Woryna will have beaten Pawlicki, assuming he does on the final back. Here comes Pawlicki again with a big last bend move. I think this time Woryna has it covered, and Woryna does win heat 17. Piotr Pawlicki in second place, Patryk Dudek in 3rd, and Rasmus Jensen in 4th. So Dudek and Jensen are definitely going out of the meeting, but Kacper Woryna winning heat number 17, and he moves on to 13 points. Second place for Piotr Pawlicki. He also moves on to 13 points. They are your two automatic finalists here in Grudziądz this evening, and we'll see who the rest of them will join them battling out in heat 18 to 20. Woryna wins 17, Pawlicki in second place, and 3rd place Patryk Dudek.
Yeah, well done to these guys here in this Heat 17. The tapes go up right there, and man, Dudek's front wheel straight up in the air from that inside, but just gave the hole, unsettled him in the first corner. Pawlicki was looking to the left and seeing that happening, and he just did not get into that first corner. Is probably as dominant as he's been doing so far right there, just because of the way Dudek, he got a bit of a shove right there, pushed him a little bit wide, pushed him right up to Rasmus Jensen, and then they both battled there right there. But just up the inside there, as you can see that everybody's just fighting for the points. And here's another view of Jensen on the outside with Pawlicki in the blue, just going over the top of Dudek. But way out front from the start is Kacper Viona. What a start he made too from that gate number 3 to get himself in front of these guys. And he means business. And as you say, there's a little bit of a lock on points, but he will have had the advantage after that race win in Heat 17.
And not only are those two the riders going through to the final automatically here tonight, they are also now joint series leaders. Pawlicki and Woryna both on 22 points overall. They're in front of Andzejs Lebedevs, who of course does have one more ride to come in the main part of the meeting, but Pawlicki and Woryna have one ride to come, one scoring ride to come in the final. And by the way, look at this for Heat 18 as we try and work out who will be in the last chance, the extra heat for 3rd to 6th. Anders Thomsen in red there off the inside, 8 points so far. Max Fricke in blue, 8 points so far. Leon Madsen in white, 8 points so far. And Dimitri Berger with 2 off the outside in yellow.
Yeah, and the track has settled down just a little bit, because after they've graded it, put a little bit of water on there, there'll be some nice, tasty different lines there for these guys here in this Heat 18 as they approach themselves and get them set here from the inside.
Thomsen inside red, Fricke blue gate 2, Madsen white gate 3, Berger off the outside. Take your pick here with each one on the 8-point mark. Going to be some race here. Heat 18. Who will win and put themselves on to 11? Green light comes on and away they go. Fricke lifting off the bend 2, and Fricke and Madsen contest the first bend, and Madsen gets the lead here. Berger in yellow goes round the outside. Fricke goes through into second place. Anders Thomsen missing out here on the first lap. That could be bad news for Thomsen indeed. Leon Madsen with the lead. Madsen has certainly got quicker and quicker as the meeting has gone on. Fricke is missing in half in second place. This will take them both into double figures, but Max Fricke, you get the impression, won't have a go here. Leon Madsen.
Yeah, they definitely took 2 different lines going into that turn 1 of that lap there. They're now looking Fricke up on the high line. Leon's now worked out that he's got to go up there as well. So both these guys are just battling to get the speed away from each other.
Max Fricke going wide on bend 2, but Leon Madsen went so wide on bend 4 and got a great exit from that corner as well. So he continues to race lead over Max Fricke, with Berger in 3rd, and Thomsen basically has slowed down the back. He's out of contention and out of the meeting effectively. Only 8 points on his score chart, but these two, they will march on. Leon Madsen with the lead. Second place, Max Fricke. 3rd is Dimitri Berger, and Madsen has now got control of this heat number 18. Round the final bend he comes. He will take the flag. Leon Madsen gets victory for the 3rd time running for him. His 3rd win in succession. Leon Madsen certainly a growing force in this meeting in round 2 of the Speedway Euro Championship. He takes the victory out of heat 18, moves him on to 11. We'll see him again in the last chance race. Max Fricke will be there too, and we will see now who will sort out between Michelsen, Kołodziej and Janowski for the last place in that last chance. It's a win for Leon Madsen as Anders Thomsen completes the race very professionally, because a last place is better than a retirement.
Sure.
Not that it will help him too much, because he's outside the top 6 now anyways, behind Kołodziej on countback. Madsen wins heat 18. He'll be into the last chance, as will Max Fricke in second place there, and Dimitri Berger in 3rd.
Well, they battled for this one here. I bet you they didn't know what was going to happen, other than the fact that you just got to win the race, don't you? I mean, 3 of these guys in 8 points. Leon Madsen, clean start from the gate number 3, gets himself straight out into the dirt, and he really pretty much dictated what he wanted to do from the start to the finish line, and that is to win, get the 3 points there. Fricke was trying everything he knew, looked deep into the toolbox, trying to find the way to get past Leon Madsen, or even to stay alongside of him to have a chance to do it, but couldn't find any extra speed there. And the biggest loser right there is obviously going to be Thomsen. That was last place, but fellow Dane rider of Leon Madsen, an easy win for him, and he got better and better, as you said, You know, he's picked up the pace now, and he's coming good.
So Madsen moves on to 11 from 5 rides. That will be a place in the extra heat, and Max Fricke will join him in that race as well. Heat 19 features Blödorn, Michelsen, Lebedevs and Kołodziej. Chance here for Michelsen on 9 and Kołodziej on 8. If they can get to 10 points, that will be enough to guarantee a place in the last chance, because Janowski is the only, he's currently on 6 points, so obviously he can only get to 9 by winning heat 20. So Michelsen a point here and Kołodziej 2 points here. That would be enough for them to go through in the top 6 on the night. There is Michelsen in the blue helmet colour, has been very solid so far tonight with 9, and will fancy a win here, not just for the extra 3 points for the series, but also for the gate choice in the last chance as well. Lebedevs in white and Janusz Kołodziej, another rider just like Leon Madsen, who has been improving as the meeting has gone on, and he's gardening away there on the outside gate. There is Michelsen in the blue helmet colour. And heat number 19 out the start line. Blödorn inside, Michelsen gate 2, Lebedevs gate 3, Kołodziej outside. Lebedevs needs points to try and get something from the night, but it's Michelsen and Kołodziej who need points to qualify for the last chance.
Yeah, it's still a chance for these guys to gain points, because every point counts in this series, and this heat 19 is not going to be any different. But as you say, Michelsen's making good starts, beat himself a little bit, but not finishing the deal. So we have this one here.
And a good start from the inside by Norick. Blödorn, bit of bumping and barging on the first turn, coming round the outside in yellow is Janusz Kołodziej. Kołodziej here, race leads in second place. It's Lebedevs going round Michelsen into the third bend. So Lebedevs gets through into second spot. Michelsen trying to turn back off that turn. Blödorn made a good start, but found himself really squeezed out on that first bend. And Kołodziej is another rider just like Madsen, who's getting better as the meeting goes on. Lebedevs in second, trying to finish with a flourish, and Michelsen third.
Yeah, Lebedevs has got some speed right there. He's keeping pace with Kołodziej, keeping him very, very honest. Michelsen's just eating dirt right now, and there goes Lebedevs right up the inside.
Andzejs Lebedevs passing Janusz Kołodziej, who tries to go back round him on the outside. That's an indication of the form we saw from Lebedevs in round 1. It's not gone quite his way tonight after a win first time out, but could be set to end off with an excellent victory. And all these points count. All these points are crucial. And if you don't have the best of meetings, if you could still score some points out of it, some sensible points, it would be 7 for Lebedevs. It wouldn't be too bad. Lebedevs with the advantage. Second place, Janusz Kołodziej. Third, Michelsen going wide off the final turn. A win for Lebedevs, super ride. He wins it. Second place is Kołodziej. Third, Michelsen. And Lebedevs turns a bad night into a night where there isn't maximum damage done because of the 17 he scored in the first round. He's keeping himself very much in contention overall for the Speedway Euro Championship by scoring 7 here tonight. Second place for Janusz Kołodziej, third for Michelsen. They both finish on 10, and that means that Maciej Janowski, currently set on 6, cannot make it through to the last chance. But great ride there by Andzejs Lebedevs. He wins heat 19, second Kołodziej, and third Michelsen.
A little bit late than never, as they would say. The Latvian rider then finally pulls on, and then with some confidence too, you know. He worked really hard for that one, and it took him a couple laps to build on getting past Janusz Kołodziej, the Polish rider that made a good first corner. With the 3-3 on his back, we'll just focus on the fact that he's going to get there at first from the outside gate. I just can't believe that Michelsen didn't get the start that he probably wanted in the blue helmet color there. Didn't have the lead going into turn 3. That was down to Kołodziej. Kołodziej's there, but Lebedevs followed him through and just kept the pace. And then I think that as Lebedevs was doing the laps, he started figuring that the bike's working. He's just got to find some a clean move, and there it is. He came straight up the inside, and as soon as he passed Kołodziej, he just checked out from that point on. He had just had that bit of pace to keep a comfortable few steps in front of the Polish rider of Kołodziej to take that 3 points. And again, salvaging something out of the evening.
Well, that move means that Lebedevs may well head to Gustrov still as the series leader. He's gone himself back up to 24 points overall. That's 2 in front of Pawlicki and Woryna. So unless either of those wins the meeting in the final and scores 3 more points, then Lebedevs will be the leader, or at least the joint leader, heading into round 3.
Good call
so
there, yeah.
Done for him.
Yeah, he's worked hard for that too. He didn't have it worked out earlier on, but he got it right. and heat number 19.
So the last chance lineup is complete. That will feature Madsen, Kołodziej, Michelsen and Fricke. Nobody can affect that situation in heat 20, but it's still an important race here for this man in red, Janowski, who's only scored 6 from 4 rides so far, albeit he won his previous ride. He's on 18 points in the series overall. Win here, you go on to 21, and you know that the maximum the leader will have is 25. So again, if Janowski can win this race, it's not too much damage done.
No, you gotta think that way, don't you? Just every point counts the way this series works, and you know, you just gotta keep battling out there. When you're having a bad one, you can take it, but when you're giving points away, that's even harder to handle. So just take advantage of it, get out of that start, and make the best of it. Heat 20 is coming up now.
I think the answer is, if you're going to have a bad one, make sure you score 7 or 8 points, not 3 or 4. That's the one. Janowski in red off the inside for Heat 20. Kostigovs in blue off gate 2. Milik in white off gate 3 will be keen to avoid a score this evening. And Lahti, who won his first ride but has only scored a couple of points since then, he goes off the outside in yellow. This will complete the 20 qualifying races here in Grudziądz as the darkness descends. And as the darkness descends, a pleasant breeze going around as well, and what's been a really hot day, really pleasant feeling now. The 20 at the start line, Janowski, Kostigovs, Milik, and Lahti get underway. And the first bend they go, and Vaclav Milik makes the start. He's not scored a point all night, but the rider in white has got the lead, and Lahti is going second in yellow, but Janowski in third. Vaclav Milik here has the advantage, and now what can Janowski do in red on the outside, trying to make up ground as Milik lifts off the fourth bend. Second place is Lahti, third is Janowski. Kostigovs at the back. Can Janowski make it through here from the back? He's stuck in third place, and Vaclav Milik, who's scored nothing all night, suddenly he's out in front.
Yeah, that's just typical, isn't it? He's such a good starter, but he just never really had any way of making sure that bike went across, scoring some big points. And he's finally going to get some race win here, but the race isn't all over. Janowski's really going deep now. He's just cut back harder. Now he's going high. He chose to go high in this corner.
Yeah, Milik being held tight by the battle for second place as Janowski tries overtime to get the better of Timo Lahti, looking him else perfectly at the moment. They're on the last lap, and Janowski is forced out wide on turns 1 and 2. He'll try and make speed here on the back straight for the final time. Vaclav Milik away and clear out in front. He must wish the back meeting is only just starting. Milik comes round to win Heat 20, and second place will be Lahti over a frustrated Janowski, who only takes 1 point from that race, and that is damaging in his series overall. Janowski scores 7 in the meeting, and that does drop him some ground from the position he was in at the start of the event. But fair play to Vaclav Milik, who doesn't endure a scoreless meeting. He scores 3 points with that victory in heat number 20, and second place goes there to Timo Lahti, with the third spot to Janowski, who finishes with 7 on the night. He's currently 5 behind the leader, Andzejs Lebedevs. It might well be that is the situation maintained, or he might be a couple more, it might be points behind if Pawlicki or Woryna do win the final. Janowski takes the applause of the crowd here at Grudziądz. His night is over. Woryna and Pawlicki are in the final. Madsen, Kołodziej, Michelsen and Fricke are in the last chance, and Milik is the winner of heat 20.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing, you know, if you can't finish the meeting on somewhat of a high. Well, I tell you what, Vaclav Milik finally did that. And also the referee here tonight is from Czech Republic too, so he's probably had something to do with that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, right there, Milik did well to get himself out of that middle gate, or we should say that gate number 3, not bad. That makes 8 wins off of that one right there. Milik.
The last 4 races.
Yeah, that's it. So there, you know, the riders, when they start picking gate positions, will be thinking about that right there. But there's no doubt about Timo Lahti threw it in there as well with him. Janowski was trying hard to get there, but just only got 1 point out of this heat number 20. But fair play to Milik for him to go out there and finally win some races as the rest of the boys. Look at the dirt and the dust right now. So they will be putting a lot of water down, getting everything ready to be able to get that last chance race, to be able to get into the final, to join the other 2 guys that are seated straight in there.
Vaclav Milik watching the action from heat 20 and probably wishing he could have done that 5 times and not just once at the very end, but he has got points on the board there in heat 20, and that is the end of his meeting. We'll see him in Gustro in a month or so's time, but we have 2 more races to come featuring the top riders of the night, and here they are. Kacper Woryna and Piotr Pawlicki are both in the final. Woryna will have gate pick on that one. Pawlicki will also be there, and then we'll be seeing Leon Madsen, or first we'll be seeing Leon Madsen, Janusz Kołodziej, Michelsen and Max Fricke. That's the order in which they will pick, because that's the count back on race wins and second places and so on across the races we've seen so far. Anders Thomsen missing out there on 8 points. Loads of riders on 7, also this time finishing 3 points short. Fastest lap goes to Michelsen so far, 15.792 seconds, just in front of Max Fricke and Piotr Pawlicki. And we'll see if Michelsen can add more points to his score, Charlie, if he gets through the last chance. And here we see the best time, which does stay with Pawlicki, his Heat 2 effort of 65.72. In the series so far overall then, Lebedevs on 24, Pawlicki and Woryna both on 22, Michelsen on 20, Janowski on 19, Dudek and Thomsen on 17, and Madsen creeping in there on 16. So after that dreadful first round, Leon Madsen isn't too far off now. If he can, particularly if he can get through and win the final, of course, that would be even better for him.
Yeah,
there's still 2 rounds to come.
Yeah, that will still definitely put him in a better position, at least with the hint of some security that he can go out there. And as we know, the way the point systems work, you know, and there's the gate stats are right there, the way they've worked out. You know, that last one with Milik put another notch out of that gate number 3, which brings him one over the favorite gate earlier on was gate 4, where a lot of points were scored straight away.
Yeah, don't forget the first 5 heats were all won from gate 4. We thought that might be the dominant force all night, but in fact gate 3 has come good later on, so it'll be interesting to see if that's what Leon Madsen takes. Don't forget, Leon Madsen won heat 18 from gate 3, and he will have first gate choice for the last chance, which is coming up next. We should see them picking their gates for that pretty soon. Good crowd here as well. This Extraliga venue, Grudziądz, they're fighting once again for their Extraliga survival. They are favourites to do so, but they have a big meeting tomorrow when they travel to Leszno, who at the moment the team facing possible, most likely relegation. There's still plenty to go for in the final few rounds of regular fixtures. But yeah, they've been an Extraliga club for quite a few years now, Sam, and I think it's changed very dramatically, this venue over the years, but it's put on a good show tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt that this track's got some history, from dates way back from in the 1930s and the mid-30s. You know, that's it. But you know, their competition that they're going to be facing tomorrow, Leszno's. What a different in tracks. You know, Leszno's such a big, long straightaways with banks on it, and as these guys are setting themselves up right now to pick the helmet colors, and Leon goes for white straight up. So he's been watching things as they've been going on, but he's going to be dealing with the fact that they just groomed the racetrack
yellow
with a little bit, yeah, yellow for Kołodziej.
Michelsen having a
go blue,
yeah, blue, leaving Max Fricke with red.
Well, there you go. And Max Fricke was the only rider that commented the fact that the inside gates work good here.
We'll see if we do for him later.
So he might be happy with that, but with those kind of riders just outside of him, it won't be so easy.
Don't forget the top 2 from this race will go through to the final to join Kacper, Woryna and Piotr Pawlicki. The points from the last chance race do not count towards the series standings, because of course that will give the riders who go through an extra race on the others. So the points do not count here. This is all about getting through to the final. Let's have a word about Pawlicki, because he did crash heavily in Sweden in midweek, and you spoke to him beforehand. I don't think you and he were totally convinced that after the warm-up he would be able to do the meeting, but he did okay in the warm-up. Things went okay there, and he's ridden really well.
You know, we both have had an injury to our thumbs in the past, and we were just kind of comparing things, but his has been a more ligament and tissue damage, and you know, that could be the worst. You know, the bone break, you know what's going on, but when you got ligament damage, he taped it up and he says, I'm going to have a go, see how it goes. Well, obviously it's going not bad.
Going not bad. He's certainly got decent points out of the meeting, and will certainly, as will a number of riders, go to Gustav in a month's time, believing he's got a real chance of becoming Speedway Euro champion this year. And that's great for us as well to get to the halfway stage. And whatever happens here in these next 2 races, we have no way of knowing, because it's that close.
And who knows who wins Gustav, right?
Well, Janusz Kołodziej the last 2 years, he's the king of Gustav, but normally, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Normally that's a venue that throws up a strong winner every year. So yeah, so much to look forward to. And there is Max Fricke aboard the bike. There were some who said he might dominate here, being his home track.
Okay.
That's not been the case.
No.
Certainly been competitive.
Yes.
We see competitive wildcards in this series very frequently. We've only ever had 2 wildcard winners, so Fricke trying to become the 3rd one of those.
Very possible.
Kacper and Jarek Hampel, been a number of years since that has happened. It could still happen, but he's got to come through this race first, and then he wouldn't have the gate pick. He'd have a best 3rd gate pick in the final behind Woryna and Pawlicki. But get through this race first.
Yeah, interesting that the European champs have been opened up a little bit for anybody outside of the European side of things, which Max Fricke is the very first one making history to be able to join the European Championship, to be able to be in this competition. And, you know, he's a slow burn, isn't he, a lot of times? I mean, Max Fricke's been on the international scene for a while. He's got a couple of Grand Prix race wins under his belt. He does know what he's doing. And, you know, he's got a lot of other Australian riders that are at the high end of the international scene, and he's showing really good pace here, making this last chance race here at the track, of course, where he competes in the Extraliga.
It's a good time for Australian Speedway in general, with Fricke, with Jack Holder establishing himself as a world championship contender. Jason Doyle, prior to his unfortunate injury, was in great form this season. You've got the likes of Brady Kurtz, you've got Chris Holder having a good season as well, of course, the 2012 world champion. So not too bad. They didn't win the Speedway of Nations because Great Britain got the better of them in the final in Manchester, but Australia going
excellent showcase of international speed there. Good job for the GB boys for sure, and missing Jason Doyle, obviously that would have been a heavy hit for the Australians, and he also rides on this track as well, doesn't he?
Indeed, and Great Britain represented by Dan Bewley and Robert Lambert, two former Speedway Euro Championship riders, and of course Robert Lambert, a former champion, so they've also have done their time in this series. But during their time in the last chance race here, the 2-minute clock is counting down, and we have three riders at the start line. We have Janusz Kołodziej on his way round, and there is Max Fricke. We were talking about the Australian a moment ago on the inside gate. There is Mikkel Michelsen, he'll be off gate 2. Leon Madsen, the man who wanted gate 3, picked it first, he'll be on gate 3, and Janusz Kołodziej on the outside. Obviously both Madsen and Kołodziej have both had very strong ends to this meeting. Madsen with 3 straight wins, Kołodziej with 2 wins and then a second place. They've been coming on strong, but Michelsen and Fricke, both big-name competitors too.
That's right, and they have groomed the racetrack, so that little bit of water on this slick condition track. We know there's some high lines, but they don't really appear until these guys have done a couple laps after they've groomed it, and you just might see a steady first corner, but then it might come alive, and I expect it to come alive, but who's going to have the combination of getting to that first corner first?
Confirmation again of the lineup for the extra heat. Max Fricke in red off the inside, Mikkel Michelsen off gate 2, Leon Madsen in white off gate 3, Janusz Kołodziej in yellow off the outside. We need 2 for the final to join Kacper Woryna and Piotr Pawlicki here in Grudziądz tonight. Riders into line, clock counting down, start marshal is ready, last chance. Straight line, and away they go. Even start, Fricke still wants on the inside. Fricke tries to move. Michelsen aside, but Michelsen's got round him and through on the inside comes Leon Madsen. What a ride by Madsen. Could block out Michelsen, which might allow Fricke to come through on the inside. Max Fricke in red gets inside. Mikkel Michelsen, it's Madsen with the lead, with Fricke going second. And now here comes Janusz Kołodziej trying to come past Michelsen too. Madsen's got the lead. Fricke's got the second place, and Mikkel Michelsen could miss out here.
I was wondering, would the gate be enough? Well, I can tell you right now, Madsen didn't make the gate, but he made a beautiful turn back there to ruffle the boys up, lead this last chance race. The top 2 at the moment is the Australian in second with the red helmet color, and Leon Madsen out in front.
Well, this will be massively frustrating for Mikkel Michelsen to be missing out to the wild card. Max Fricke here in the last chance. Leon Madsen race leads onto his last lap. Max Fricke in second place, Michelsen third. Kołodziej is coasting around the back. He won't carry on, but Leon Madsen and Max Fricke look set to be going through, and a frustrating finish here for Michelsen, who started the meeting oh so well, but he's not going to be going to the final because it's Leon Madsen and Max Fricke who do make the final here in Grudziądz. Michelsen missing out, and he will not add to his total, which currently stands at 20 points overall in the Speedway Euro Championship. Leon Madsen wins the last chance, the extra heat. Second place goes to Max Fricke. Third place, Mikkel Michelsen. Kołodziej missing out as well. Madsen going through to yet another final in the Speedway Euro Championship. And we have a wild card there too, Max Fricke.
Well done, boys. They sure shuffled that one up, getting into that first corner. You know, you would anticipate the guy that's going to make the start's going to win this one here, but Leon Madsen, what a result.
Yep, Leon Madsen into the final. Max Fricke into the final in second place. Mikkel Michelsen missing out in third. Kołodziej missing out at the back, so Michelsen left with 20 points in the series. Lebedevs is the series leader on 24. They won't score any more. Pawlicki and Woryna both on 22. Here's how they went through.
You gotta have a plan B. Gotta have a plan B. Leon Madsen turned that bike off of that gate number 3 in the first corner underneath Michelsen, and I tell you what, he just did all the damage right there when he turned back on Michelsen's chance of getting in there, because I left the door open for Fricke. Fricke's on the very inside, just creeping himself into the corner right there, thinking he might have a chance, went past the corner, left the hole wide open for Leon Madsen to sneak in there and dominate this last qualifying race. You know, you had to be in the first and second to be in there, and Fricke did a good job to survive right there. But as you say, Michelsen will be really disappointed, but it's not all over because there's 2 more rounds to come.
Very much so. He's 4 points off the series lead. He might be 5 points off the series lead, depending on what Pawlicki and Woryna do in the final. Or will Leon Madsen go on to 19, which will be just 1 behind Michelsen if he wins the final, which of course Madsen is very used to winning finals. The last time he did so was in Big Gosh last year, but he is a serial winner of finals, is Leon Madsen. Pawlicki mentioned before, Gustro 2021 was the last time we saw him in a final, and he won it. And Kacper Woryna made the final in Czestochowa in 2023, but he's yet to have a win in the Speedway Euro Championship. So could it be a breakthrough night here for Kacper Woryna?
You just never know. I mean, he's fired up for it, isn't he? He's so dominant when he was making the starts and demanding his positions on this 355-meter racetrack here. And no doubt that he'll mean business at them. Pawlicki's been making most of the starts, only the last one. He didn't get himself out in front there. But Leon Madsen's come to the party. Didn't make the start in the last chance, but very smart first corner and put himself in contention and put himself right where he wanted to be, and that is in the final race along with Max Fricke.
Crowd have enjoyed the action here tonight, and they've got 1 more big race to come with 2 poles in the race, and their home favourite Max Fricke, who has reached his first ever Speedway Euro Championship final at the first attempt. He will have last gate pick here. So what would you do now from the start? Having seen the last chance race, we're not seeing any track rating taking place at all here before the final,
which is the normal trend we've seen, haven't we? We've seen that, you know, when you get to, especially when you got the demanding heat that's been on this racetrack, throwing the dirt up and keeping the crowd, you got to keep them dry or from dirt and whatever, so they put some water down as they enjoying all the festivity stuff that's going on the center green with the flame throwing stuff there. They're all having a blast. But when it comes down to it now, no track grading, the track is settled down. There'll be some beautiful lines out there for these guys. They've been racing on them and finding different ways of getting around this track throughout the whole evening.
1 race to go, with the victory on the night up for grabs. And come on, all 5. And, very good.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful evening. It's turned out really well. And for the second round, first time here in this venue, isn't it?
Yep, and they've certainly put on a good show. It's been a good effort. We've the series has gone to 2 new venues in the first 2 rounds, with Debrecen in the first round, and then here in Grudziądz for the second. And then we go to the familiar territory of Gustro for round 3, and then return to Chorzów for round 4. Here we go, about to make the selections for the finals. Riders just being confirmed as to who has the pick order, so that's going to be coming up very shortly indeed. Crowd waiting for news on that. Here we go, Kacper Woryna with the first gate pick. Where will he go? He goes for the white helmet colour. It's gate 3 for Kacper Woryna. Next to pick is Piotr Pawlicki, and he's going for the outside. Pawlicki goes in yellow, so that will leave Leon Madsen to choose next. Just having a conflab with
wow,
Max Fricke.
This is a tough one, I would say, for him. I think he might want the inside, you know. I think he wants, I just have a sneaky feeling he wants to dominate that inside.
Well, this is the longest choice I think we've ever seen for a final.
All right, time's up.
We'll put him on 2 minutes in a second. Max Fricke's just standing there saying, well, I'm going to get what's left.
Oh, there we go. Throw mine out. Max, favorite gate.
So Max back on the inside. So Leon Madsen goes off gate 2, and Max Fricke goes off the inside. That's how they'll line up for the final here in Grudziądz.
Only 2 race wins off of that gate number 2 throughout the evening. Obviously, the favorite is gate number 3.
Gate 2 has scored more points than gate 1.
Okay, yeah, fair play, yeah.
I think it was a close call. I think genuinely he wasn't sure, and he did take his time over
I
it.
thought he might want to just stick around the inside, keep that thing really tight in the first corner, no matter what happens to him, and get lots of speed down that back straightaway. But obviously, he thought he probably feels confident he can get over the top of Max Fricke in the first corner. But this is Max home track.
Does he think he can do that, and then and in doing so, he can quicker block out a run of either Woryna or Pawlicki if they make the start? Is that the call from gate two?
I think that's your plan now, isn't it? You just drop it on the guy in one, and you got the whole racetrack to figure out what you do. If you don't see no wheels coming up on you, keep to the inside, and then peel off going into turns 3 a little bit wider and pick your line then.
So aboard the bikes and won't be too far away from the 2-minute time allowance.
Well, Pietro will be focused on that outside gate, won't he? He'll want that one to be on. And I tell you what, Kacper Viono, he's been making some tremendous starts. And if he can just dominate coming off of turn 2 and he has plenty of speed as well. I've seen him so far this evening, so there's no doubt he can match anybody. And Leon Madsen always comes good, doesn't he?
Well, when you bear in mind he didn't score in his first ride, and at that point we were thinking, goodness me, this is his title hopes going completely up in smoke, but he's worked his way back, and as I said, he's got 16 points now overall. If he wins this race, he'll be thinking obviously about winning the race, winning the meeting, but he'll also be thinking about the 3 points to add to his total.
Sure, absolutely. And where he's sitting right now, that'll put him on 19, which ain't too far.
It'll only be 5 off the leader.
There you go. That's what you want, isn't it? God, it's sure tightening up. How brilliant is that?
Lebedevs will be watching the action here to see if he is still going to be the series leader at the halfway stage. He's currently on 24 points. Pawlicki and Woryna are both on 22. 3 points available for the winner here, 2 for second, 1 for third. Obviously, Max Fricke very much the wild card here in the red helmet colour. We haven't had a wild card winner of a Speedway Euro Championship round since the first round of 2017 when Jarek Hampel won at TAURON. So we're over 7 years since that happened, and Max Fricke has the chance here to make history.
Nice. For the second time.
Well, history for the third time as well, for the second time indeed as being the first wild card from outside Europe, and indeed to win it as a wild card. So,
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, this is it, man. This is coming down to the final race. These 4 guys are just getting themselves ready. The track's fresh, but not over fresh. It hasn't been groomed since they just had the last chance race, so it's perfect condition for these guys.
Max Fricke on the inside gate. Can he become that wildcard winner on his home track tonight? There is Leon Madsen in blue, the man who has been such a consistent winner of Speedway Euro Championship rounds. 11 in total so far from 21 previous final appearances. Kacper Woryna's been close before. Could this be his night finally in the Speedway Euro Championship? He goes in white, and Piotr Pawlicki has gone through the paint barrier this evening. He is in yellow. Can it be his night here in Grudziądz?
The way he's been gating, very, very much so there. He's just got to finish the deal. He's up on that high, pulling the dirt back. The gate 4 up against the fence, giving himself ultimate traction into that first corner. Leon Madsen setting himself up. Had a long, long wait for him to pick that gate 2. He had a choice of the inside or gate 2. Chose that one.
Crowd being warmed up for the action. Max Fricke in red off the inside. Leon Madsen in blue off gate 2. Kacper Woryna in white off gate 3. Piotr Pawlicki in yellow off the outside. Gate preparation taking place. Clock counting down. 25 seconds to go. Pawlicki is working furiously on the outside there. Off the bike, right on the outside, stamping down on the material, trying to find that position. Here we go for the final in Grudziądz. Fricke off the inside, Madsen off gate 2, Woryna off gate 3, Pawlicki off the outside. Here we go. Green light comes on, and away they go. And it's a good start there by Leon Madsen in blue. Gets there in front of Fricke and in front of Woryna in white. It's close off the second bend, but Madsen's got the advantage over Woryna. Pawlicki gets round Fricke into third place. Now he'll peck the inside on turns 3 and 4, but Leon Madsen stretching clear. Out in front with Woryna in second place, Pawlicki in third, and Pawlicki's got plenty of pace here in third place, trying to hit back here on Kacper Woryna, but Leon Madsen's out in front.
You wouldn't think that they're just going to give this guy his own way, but guess what? Both the highest score guys sent into this final took gates 3 and 4 and left Leon Madsen out of 2, and he's out in front.
Leon Madsen ahead of Kacper Woryna with Piotr Pawlicki in third place, and Woryna has the pace, but can he have the time to reel in Leon Madsen with just over a lap to go? Madsen stretching clear again off the final turn. He made the start off for gate 2. He had to think long and hard about are picking gate 2, and it turns out to be a perfect move. Leon Madsen, the double Speedway Euro champion in the past, is fighting himself right back into contention in 24. It's Leon Madsen winning in Grudziądz. Second place goes to Kacper, third Piotr Pawlicki, Max Fricke out the back, and Leon Madsen gets his 12th victory in the Speedway Euro Championship. And after a nightmare opening round in Hungary, Madsen is back on top, and Madsen is very much back in title contention.
Just what he wanted, there's no doubt. You know, you had to think hard. Well, you know what? He passed the 2 minutes mark whenever he was making that decision, but it's paid off for him. If he got himself, that gate number 2 worked perfect for himself. And he made the start, and the boys are congratulating him as they're just coming around here in front of us, right here in our commentary position. Well done, Leon Madsen. Picked up his pieces this evening and finished the deal right when it counted.
It's a victory for Leon Madsen. There's confirmation of the 3 points that he gets and moves him to within 5 points of the series lead overall. Kacper in second place, Piotr Pawlicki in third, Max Fricke, the wild card, missing out on that wild card success because Leon Madsen, who's taking the several extra laps, I can tell you that Pawlicki is wheeling around as well on the circuit here in Grudziądz. It's a victory for Madsen, and here's how he won it.
Yeah, just, you know, the start's what you need, and Leon, no doubt about it, knew what he wanted to. He needed to think about if he's going to clamp over the top of Woryna. If Woryna was going to come up that inside, shooting from that gate number 3 with the 2-2-3 on his back. He's the first one behind Leon Madsen, turns the bike, trying to get some speed right now, but dealing with Fricke that was up the inside from the red inside helmet color. Position of being on that inside, pushing hard, but Madsen seen clean air, bike going fast, never really looked back until the end, and the checkered flag's right there, and he's a happy camper.
Another happy camper is Kacper, who's doing a wheelie demonstration for the crowd here because he's equalled his best ever result in a Speedway Euro Championship round. Came second to Michelsen at Woryna back in 2019. So a great night for Kacper, who's also now the joint meeting leader. There's the celebrations for Leon Madsen, who's had a difficult time personally this year, as you may have read in the media, but has certainly got a smile on his face now.
Setting on, what's he at overall points now?
Madsen's on 19, 5 points behind the joint leaders, Lebedevs and Woryna.
Nice.
So we actually have 6 riders covered by 5 points overall. Woryna congratulating Madsen.
After he shoved him in the shoulder, saying, okay, you got me. Good on him. Yeah, still plenty to go. And guess what? Their next round, Leon Madsen's not had the best success round.
He's never won at Gustrod. That's the interesting thing. So Woryna is the biggest winner tonight in terms of points. He's got 15, although second place overall. Madsen scored 14. Pawlicki scored 14. Fricke picked up 10. Kołodziej 10. Michelsen a solid 10 to add to his 10 from the first round. So 6 riders, as I say, covered by 5 points in the overall standings. Lebedevs and Woryna both on 24, Pawlicki on 23, Michelsen 20, Janowski 19, Madsen 19, and also Dudek and Thomsen are on 17, so they're only 7 adrift. So we have a really interesting situation in the standings, which we'll show you on screen after we see the top 3 appearing on the rostrum, which shouldn't be too far away. Leon Madsen wants to take all sorts of selfies after that.
And so he should.
Yeah, yeah. And a situation where, after a last place in his first ride, things have turned around very much in his favour. Yeah,
he dug deep on that one there. It'd be nice to hear what his comments were if we get a chance, but he's made some changes, whether it was the bike. I did notice that the bike,
You said he changed his bike, yeah.
He did, sure did, that's right, yeah.
So I would suggest it worked. He was flying last night in the Extra League, as he has been for much of the campaign, to be fair. And you can see that what that means to him. Definitely, he's been such a consistent member of this series for so many years. A winner in the Speedway Euro Championship and twice champion. And very determined indeed to work his way back from a tough start. He had a terrible meeting in Gustrov last year too, so he's got to find the key to that track once again. And then if he does, then Horzów is somewhere where he has gone well in the past. So.
Yeah, and that Horzów is a man-made track for a big track, isn't it? Not like these indoor stadiums where they put down the dirt. This is an outdoor event, and so when we've been there before. It's just such a beautiful arena, and hopefully it's packed because it does hold a lot of people.
Well, Leon Madsen, and there's Andzejs Lebedevs. Just congratulating Leon Madsen. Lebedevs is still the joint, or will be the joint leader along with Kacper, Woryna, so I think we'll be seeing a presentation of that nature coming up pretty shortly as well. Just completing the formalities on the infield for the podium celebrations. And Leon Madsen is being announced, but that will be coming shortly. In fact, we're going to hear from him now. Let's hear from Leon.
If the history of Speedway Euro Championship Series teaches us just one lesson, is to never, ever cross Leon Madsen off, because you can turn things around. Congratulations, 12th win of SEC in your career. How do you feel tonight?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a tough start of the season for me, and the same tonight, to be honest. We were struggling very much, but me and the guys in the pit, we were working very hard to turn things around, and I'm just happy to be back, and it's been a great night here in Grudziądz, and thanks to all the fans coming today, cheering on us. It's been a great evening, and I'm just happy to be back again and have the chance now to fight for a top spot in the European Championship. And thanks to my team, and also big thanks to my girlfriend who is here today supporting me.
Congratulations, Leon. One more thing. You started with a nightmare performance in Debrecen. I know you were unhappy. You didn't start well tonight with a 0, but then you changed things around. You went unbeaten for 5 heats of the night. How did you manage that?
Yeah, I had some personal things that I've been struggling with the whole season, and finally I start to feel better, and slowly I'm getting back to the old Leon, and tonight you see a part of that, and hopefully I can continue to be up here now and make a lot of good points, and hopefully we can finish off good in Horshoff.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Ladies and gentlemen of Grudziądz, please put your hands together for Leon Madsen with a round of applause, the winner of second round of TAURON Speedway Euro Championship 2024.
Congratulations to Leon Madsen, and it's a reminder that, Sam, that these guys, everyone, has their own personal life as well, and sometimes the personal life does, not much you wouldn't want it to, it does impact on your professional life, and you get the feeling that with that very public demonstration tonight, Leon Madsen's back in a happy place.
He's in a happy place. It would have nice to hear what he would say about his mechanical side of things, because we wanted to see if I think that's what Maciej was trying to get out of him. What did you do differently starting off so slow, you know? But at the end of the day, I want to wish him all the luck, man. He's done well, and he's out there as a top contender now in this SEC 2024. And there'll be other riders wanting to take it away from him, especially a guy like this right here. You know, this was about his third place, not bad.
Well, Pawlicki has been a rider who in the past has been on the edge of challenging for the Speedway Euro Championship title, and it's gone wrong for him at some stage. But he's in with a chance this year. He's only 1 point off the lead halfway through, so he's got through those first 2 rounds with decent points, despite the injury. So he is well placed. And here is a rider too who has had his moments in years gone by and was cruelly denied in Horshoff several years ago in a runoff for a place on the podium. Kacper, Woryna in second place and the joint series leader.
Yeah, you just got to learn your lessons. Don't give a really good rider an advantage at the start. You know, these guys, the stats showed that the inside was probably the best place to be, but I'm not out there racing with them. But, you know, we've been watching it, and, you know, to give Leon Madsen the choice of being on the inside with the speed he was gathering, these guys would have learned that. They'll be looking back thinking, what ifs? But they're still in it, and they have a chance. 2 more rounds to go.
But they have to be aware of one of the threats from behind, and that is Leon Madsen, who may have only scored 5 points in the first round 6 weeks ago, but after scoring big points here tonight, he is right back in contention for the title. He scored 14 to go to 19 overall, and with Lebedevs and Woryna on 24, it is game on big time with 2 rounds to go, because you know that Leon Madsen is capable of taking those big points.
Love to see it at Gustrov, because it's not his favorite place for results-wise.
Gustrov,
yeah, that's it. That's what we're going to be building up on now.
Number 1, Leon Madsen here in Grudziądz in Poland, along with the 2 Poles on the podium with him, Kacper Woryna and Piotr Pawlicki. Photographers getting their shots, and we will now have the Danish national anthem. National anthem of Denmark. Madsen, the winner of round 2 of the TAURON Speedway Euro Championship here in Grudziądz tonight, and on the podium with his fellow top 3 riders in the meeting, Kacper Woryna and Piotr Pawlicki. They're now bringing Andzejs Lebedevs forward onto the podium as well, because we're looking at the series leadership at the halfway stage, with Gustrov coming up on the 24th of August, and Lebedevs has managed to rescue something from the night after a difficult spell mid-meeting. So he was 5 points in front coming in. He's lost that lead, but he's still very much there. Here is the race jacket presentation with Andzejs Lebedevs putting it on. He technically will take it because he was the existing leader heading in. But if they were level come the end of round 4 in Horsjob, as we've seen before, there would be a runoff for the title. We saw that with Michelsen and Gregory Laguta a few years ago. So Lebedevs does get that race jacket for the moment. They could have tried to share it, but that would have been difficult.
Good on him. Well, at least he came alive at the end, you know, and that's important right there, because, I mean, he definitely had some speed. And he's had a good year this year, hasn't he, really, overall?
Yeah, he's gone very well indeed. Just back from rib damage. Champagne then about to flow here in Grudziądz tonight, and Leon Madsen better get that going quickly, or he's going to get an absolute soaking on the podium from Pawlicki and Woryna. And the celebrations in full swing with the fireworks going off and the flames going out, and there's been a good atmosphere around here tonight. The crowd here have really taken to the event and embraced the Speedway Euro Championship. First time we've been here. Certainly enjoyed the action, and Leon Madsen has certainly enjoyed some of the action he's produced, particularly in the latter half of the meeting. Some strong moves, some strong racing moves, some great stuff on turns 1 and 2. Bringing Madsen right back into title contention in the Speedway Euro Championship.
And that's when he looked back and thought to himself, this one's mine, and did a little bit of wheelie for us as he goes across, says, I'm back in action.
Yeah, very much back in the series, back in contention. And that's the picture that will probably make some headlines in the world of Speedway as well.
At least that smile's there.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Yeah, absolutely. Are your top 3 from tonight's meeting. The question is, Sam, who's going to win this series?
Yeah, we don't know that yet, do we? We never know until the very last one, do we? It's been the tradition and the Speedway European Champs. But the prize is straight into the Grand Prix for 2024. And the top 5 stay in the competition to go into the 2025 Speedway European Championship.
Yeah, and as things stand, that's going to be a big race on, with many of the riders involved in this series having a realistic chance after the first 2 rounds. So Woryna makes his way off the podium, knowing that he's got a share of the series lead. Here is how things stand at the halfway stage, heading to round 3 in Gustrov in the middle of August or late August. Lebedevs and Woryna both on 24 points, Pawlicki on 23, Michelsen 20, Madsen and Janowski both on 19. 5 points covering 6 riders Lebedevs and Thomsen and Dudek not too far behind on 17. Pick a winner from that lot.
Yeah, still chances for everybody. Halfway stage here, and 2 more rounds coming up, and we just sometimes we don't know what we're going to get weather-wise when we go to Güstrow, but sometimes we don't even know what we're going to get when it comes to the actual track conditions itself. But it's always been fair and it's been exciting, and the best man usually wins.
Final thoughts on Grudziądz S.A. Some good stuff and dramatic finale in the end. Madsen coming good to win.
I'm just excited about this that we got here. How's that?
That was absolutely the case.
That was the first challenge, but no, all in all, this has been a great event. The organizers put another good show together for us.
Hope you've enjoyed the action tonight. We certainly enjoyed being here. As Sam said, a bit of a challenge yesterday, but we made it. We're glad we made it, and we're glad the boys put on a great show of racing here. Leon Madsen back in business, winning round 2 of the Speedway Euro Championship. He's in title contention, but Andzejs, Lebedevs and Kacper are the series leaders heading to Güstrow in August, on August the 24th. We will see you in Germany for that one. Well done to Leon Madsen, and we'll see you in Germany. From me and Sam, it's a very good night.